Good afternoon, good morning, gents and ladies. This is Chris Chuck, and this is the podcast least likely to succeed. Excuse my stuttering. We have a storm coming, unfortunately. I'm not sure what's going to happen next week. I think my plans for South Carolina have been more than likely canceled so far. And if we have power, then there might be a podcast. There should be a podcast. If we don't have power, maybe I'll figure something out. We can maybe pre-record something before the storm comes, or maybe even during the storm. That might be pretty interesting. Anyway, today we have a longtime friend of mine who has gotten me into the sport that most people know that I'm into cycling. He pretty much sold me two of the bikes that I once previously owned and one I now own. Sam Redden, ladies and gentlemen.
What's up?
What's up, Sam? How's it going?
I don't know yet. It's been an eventful couple of days.
Eventful couple of days. What we got going on?
We got bike races going on. We got people buying up bread and water and everything known to man.
Oh, busy for the grocery business.
Yeah. We got fire and brimstone coming up from the ground, and everyone is preparing.
With bread, milk, eggs, what else? And water. Bottled water.
Pop-Tarts, toaster strudels.
Things that belong in the freezer that's probably not going to work during the storm.
Lunch meat.
Maybe they're getting prepared so they're not hungry during the storm. They're just going to pound mad food and then, deal with the storm semi-hungry.
Well, everyone is like, well, at least we were prepared. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, whatever. Speaking of prepared, how do you prepare yourself before the cycling races? Do you wipe? Or are we still doing that old school shit? Have I convinced you to get a bidet yet?
Negative.
What are you doing? Why?
Negative. I heard some other people, apparently have tried it out and have them. I just don't get why you need it, I guess.
Because it's clean. It's the cleanest you can get. Wet wiping, you still gotta wipe a couple times. I'll give you the best scenario yet. There's those sometimes in your diet where you're fucking up and you're eating too much fat. You get those shits that the multi wipes and the ones that stain the toilet. You know what I'm saying? You flush the toilet and it leaves a streak down the toilet. Guess what? It left a streak in your ass too. A nice sticky streak. How are you gonna get that off? With toilet paper?
Again, this reminds me back, I'm trying to think of who it was. All Aspects. I forgot his name.
Keenan.
I think his exact words were, I don't have that problem. I don't think you need all that.
I think you do need all that. I think you need to make sure your ass is 100% clean, especially before putting on bibs, dog. You know what I'm saying? We put them bibs and they get up all in your ass. I don't want to see no brown stains. I don't want to smell your ass from behind you on the bike, dog. I
mean, you should have a routine before putting that on anyway.
I do. Get as clean as possible. Guess what? The bidet does the work.
It doesn't even sound cool.
It does sound cool. It sounds like your ass is fucking clean.
I don't know. Maybe one day I'll give it a try and it might change my life. Apparently they're not expensive, so that's a plus.
It is. It's a good plus.
I don't think I want to spend money on something that's just going to spray water on my butt.
I mean, it sprays water in your butt.
Yeah, that's just a weird thought. I mean, unless
of spraying water to minimize the amount of streakage you get.
I mean, you really shouldn't have streakage. That's the start off from the beginning. You shouldn't have that issue.
But to get the cleanest of the clean,
I mean, we're not kids anymore.
And we all know, we're all adults here, and we all know that sometimes you just can't wipe once.
Well, seeing how we're talking about this seems like a lot. Have you ever pooped yourself?
Yeah, at 26.
Well, you got me. I think mine's was at maybe 19 or no. I think it was 17.
You didn't have any stomach issues? You ever had food poisoning?
Well,
and you know what I'm saying, you try to hold it in and you couldn't.
That's different. Now I've had issues where
you still pooped yourself though.
No. I mean
a little bit is pooped yourself.
No,
a turtle head escaping is shitting yourself.
No, if you've got real good control and you just make that go back inside you. It's
I think you live in a fantasy land. I feel like you do. Maybe you're one of the lucky ones. You know? I don't know.
Well, that one time at 17 was pretty rough.
Oh, did you full on like watery shit yourself?
No, it was. If you know where HU is, this is how much of a nerd I was. I had a science fair, and it was a city science fair, and we got to go to the IMAX.
Yeah.
So we had to walk from HU to the IMAX, and when I got there, like, I had the worst bubble guts. And I straight dipped out of the Air and Space Museum and like tried to run back over the bridge and get to HU because they had us staying in the dorms, which, oh my God, are the worst fucking dorms ever.
Yeah.
But to get inside of the dorm, you go into this hallway and there's like so many people in the hallway, and I'm like in the bushes looking in, like waiting for a passing. And I'm like, I need these people to clear out. And in the moment of like waiting, it was like, and T-3 seconds, we're not gonna make it. And I was like, well, I'm already like pooping now, like it's nothing I can do. So I open the door and like try to like run past the people because like my room was upstairs. And like as I'm running, like it was the worst smell ever, and like people just immediately like stopped conversations and like looked up and was like, oh my God, what is that? And
that nigga shit himself,
dude. Like when you gotta like take all your clothes off and just throw it in trash, and then like you feel bad because someone's gonna come in that trash can and they gotta dump it, and you're like, there's nothing I can do, dog. Like,
you gotta wait till like midnight to throw that trash away
now,
and get it to the dumpster.
Now, I say the story because now the bidet sounds like a great idea, but you know they had showers there. But man,
but it's the pre-shower.
That was a rough night. That was one of those nights where the next day people were like, "Where'd you go?" And I was like, "I just don't want to talk about it."
Right. Where'd you go? None of your business. I didn't go anywhere, man. I just had to go back to the dorm real quick. You know,
yeah.
My mom called.
Yeah, I mean, I think that was the one time where have you ever seen speed walking?
Yeah,
where like
yeah.
your heel doesn't come off the ground, like when you're walking, like your hips are like waddling like a corgi.
I mean, because you're full on like walking like fast as fuck.
When I got to the other side of the bridge, that's where state of like distress I was in. Like I could no longer try to go faster at all. Like it was,
you're like tiptoeing with like your back straight up and shit, like trying to clench your butt like at the same time.
It was terrible. It was terrible.
That is terrible. But hopefully that doesn't happen. That, you know, I don't wish anybody to have diarrhea.
No.
Because why you're thinking at that time, you're like, you know, of course, why me?
No, every other like close call or like food poisoning was able to get to the bathroom, but you know, there's been times where people don't make it easy for you. Like, you know, Michelle didn't make it easy for me one day. Like, she's hitting every bump imaginable on the road.
Oh.
You know, and you're just like, really?
Let me drive.
Like, you didn't see that pothole. You know I got to go to the bathroom. You're just hitting holes. Is that what we're doing right now?
She doesn't drive a lowered car. She's not used to that.
She's special.
That's your girl.
Yeah.
Your wife.
Yeah. Well,
soon to be.
Yeah. I get crap for that too.
Yeah, I know what you waiting on.
We were adding up years. It's been a while. I think it's like 12 years.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Man, you're pushing your luck there, buddy.
I know. A lot of women out there are gonna say, "Man, he was a shitbag."
What a shitbag. Fucking asshole. Anyway, but
well, yeah, it
still doesn't explain why you don't have a bidet. Don't blame Michelle.
But the original question, you know. The pre-routine, just make sure you're real clean beforehand.
Right.
A lot of times, like, I don't have that great routine of just being able to change at the car because I've had a catastrophic failure where the things that are covering you don't cover you anymore. So I don't really like to change at the cars, or I'm telling you, when you go to races and people just have it down to an art, and they're just like, they got their towel, they tie it around them, and they just change. I can't do that shit.
I can't do that either. That's why I have tinted windows. I'll get in the car.
I usually mark out a spot, like a Hardee's or some kind of fast food restaurant that's on the way to the race.
Yeah.
And I'm like, all right, I'm going to stop here beforehand. I'm going to suit up, and then we go from there.
Okay.
Now, if I'm like somewhere where it's in the boonies and they don't have something, dude, it's rough. Like I gotta like literally look up on GPS. Like I gotta find something. Like sometimes it's a like a rest area.
Yeah.
Like
40, I mean rest areas are fine.
But it's like 40 miles from the venue. So I'm like, 40 miles before the venue. This is where we're suiting up at.
Damn, dog. Damn.
Yeah, I don't have.
Clearly, you like doing things the hard way.
I do, and it sucks. 'Cause I'm like, man, I've been doing this for a while, and I kind of want that. Like people have like things they don't even think about. Like Sam, it's not that hard. I'm like, it's hard for me. Like,
or why don't you just take like a full on robe, put the robe on, and then
I will say this. So that's a good idea. But I did have a teammate. He had a great idea. He brought a legit like comforter, like a full on bed, like and just hung it over his head. So like you couldn't see anything unless you like opened it up.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn, that's pretty clutch.
That is a good ass idea.
I
think it's a little too much.
I think it's perfect. Because then you're just like comfortably like
Are you guys just not? Are you not secure with yourself? Like what's
going
on, man?
Dude, some of these places got kids everywhere.
That's fine. I ain't never seen a dick before.
I'm not trying to go to jail.
I mean, I'm not trying to go to jail either. But nigga gotta change his clothes sometimes.
Yeah, but
you can't expect people to furnish facilities for this shit.
Yeah, but there's not that many of us doing it around the area, so.
And you also drove how many hours to get there? Yeah, I'm not going to do that in a bib and a fucking jersey.
Dude, that one malfunction, I just remember like kids like immediately like I looked around and like kids' eyeballs were looking at me. I was like, yeah, this is gonna be the one and done on this one.
Man, those traumatic events.
Dude, I was out.
You up.
I was out. I was like, and this was like after the race.
Yeah.
So. The kid was like, "Look, I didn't know if he had saw me beforehand or if it was just like, perfect timing." I was in the car and out. I didn't talk to nobody. I didn't even want to have that conversation.
He's probably gonna look you up on Facebook and just send you a hi.
It was out of state, so hopefully it doesn't. Well, I guess
that one black dude.
I was gonna say, yeah.
Can't miss you.
Glasses, holes in his ears. Like there's
only one guy.
That dude
must have been that Sam Redden kid. But yeah, can I get you to get on that bidet train, please?
I'll see if I can give it a shot, but
give it a whirl.
I don't know. I mean, I feel the same way about the wipes.
What?
I don't really.
Sam.
Don't really have that problem, man.
You're clearly American.
Oklahoma.
You should have a American flag everything.
I mean, I do have socks,
like shorts and a shirt to match.
And I've got a shirt. I've got a couple of shirts.
I need you to patriotize yourself because clearly Americans love doing shit the old way.
I mean, could I kneel about a bidet?
Ooh. Now that's a touchy subject.
Shout out to Mike on that one.
Who's that? Mike? Mike who?
Good old. I can't even pronounce it. Is it Cowling?
Cowling, yeah.
Cowling?
Cowling.
I'm going to say Culling. I'm just going to pronounce it
Cowling,
wrong.
man.
But I think Culling sounds better.
No. It sounds
wrong. It's easier
No, that's wrong.
It's easier for me.
Totally wrong. It's Cowling. He corrected me. Cowling. All right?
He'll forgive me.
But anyway, so shout out to him for kneeling in front of the bidet, or shout out for kneeling in front of the flag. Which one were you getting at, Sam?
We're just gonna say kneeling in general.
Okay, yeah.
Next time I see him, I'm gonna kneel. He's not gonna know what's going on.
People don't like that, man. They don't like that kneeling shit. It's un-American, as they say. Are we really gonna have this conversation?
No, it's just good stuff. I don't want to say it's good stuff.
It is good stuff.
It's
kind of comical.
It should bring conversations. It shouldn't make people go to one side or the other and have divided opinions to the point where people can't talk to each other anymore.
That's being tribal.
But I think, I think real friends are the ones where you can have difference of opinions and you can have these conversations and share stories of your different walks of life that, if something worked out for somebody and then it wouldn't work out for you, then you bring up a story that worked out for you. And that kind of stuff is cool to talk about. I don't want to say cool, but interesting to observe.
It is.
Just thinking about it now, like differences, just thinking about like being in Newport News and then riding for a team that's in Charlottesville.
Yeah.
So,
different. Oh, you're from the hood?
Yeah, there's differences.
Yeah.
But it's good. I'm glad to have met so many different cool people, and it's good to have, I think, a difference of opinions and things that make you think.
Yeah.
Instead of just thinking one way just like, for instance, music. Like, I used to listen to real angry, aggressive music all through high school.
Yeah.
And, pissed off at the world, parents got divorced, and, thought I was going to be listening to that for the rest of my life. Like,
yeah.
Then you get to the point where you're like, I'm tired of listening to the same shit. Like,
yeah.
Then you start listening to some other stuff, and you're like, wait a minute, am I listening to, like, EDM right now? Like, what is...
Yeah, is this Tiesto?
Like,
why did no one tell me about this?
It's like, wait a minute, how come... Wow. Sweden? Like, this is how they get down? So, stuff like that. You can't live the same way or think the same way, like, all your life. I'm pretty sure none of us think the same way as what we did in high school.
Yeah. I hope not.
I think looking back at high school versus now, I might have been naive about a lot of things.
I think I was convinced of some. I knew who I was going to be when I was in high school, and that's pretty much who I am now. That was one thing. But as far as like goals are concerned, they're a lot different now.
I thought I was going to skateboard all my life.
Were you that good, or were you in denial?
I was never that good. I hung out with people that were really good. And it's kind of like one of those things where like those are your boys, and you're watching other people progress, but you're not to that level. But you got some things that you're really like excited about, and it was fun.
Yeah.
But man, when you get older and you have that one fall, and you just lay there, you're like, yeah, this might be it. This might be a wrap.
Yeah.
So
it hurts more than it did before.
You don't just get back up and not have bruises the next day.
Yeah.
So plus, like everyone in my group kind of either moved away or had families, kind of progressed on to other things. I think fixed gears were like the major next step in the area.
Yeah.
And then you
got into that.
Yeah. We dare I say we kind of ran the streets.
I guess. I don't know. I wasn't into cycling then.
Oh man, we had was it 7x7 was a thing back in the day.
Oh, 7x7.
I didn't start that.
Sounds like a gang.
We were like the warriors, man, on bikes, but we had all kinds of like these mass rides in Newport News and Norfolk and Virginia Beach. All that stuff is dead now though, because we were scandalous in the streets, like no helmets, fitted hats on, like we were in our Sunday best for bikes. And looking back at some of that stuff now, I was like, God, I couldn't do any of that stuff now, because I think drivers have gotten worse over. Yeah, I'd probably say in the last 10 years. I'm pretty sure, like, if we were doing the same things then, now, we'd all be dead.
One of y'all would at least end up hit before y'all were, like, kind of like, I think we should smarten up a little bit, at least wear helmets, or let's just not do this in certain places.
There was like a handful of us that had helmets, and then there was some of us that just, we're not going to ride helmets, we're good. We don't have helmets on skateboards, so we're not going to have helmets on bikes, and or my favorite, let's not have lights at all at night, stuff like that.
Fuck that.
I said, that was the thinking, like, 10 plus years ago. And when you get more, deeply involved in something, and you realize, I mean, for me, it's, I don't want to say like role model or anything, but, when you've got the public eye on you for doing things, and you're, trying to represent a brand or talking good about other people or businesses, you don't want to be that one guy that's just out there.
Yeah, I see Sam out there with no helmet on. Just riding, cruising.
So, somewhat good citizen, if you will. I mean, everyone that knows me, I'm not like soft spoken.
Yeah.
I got opinions about stuff. I mean, everyone has opinions, but I mean, you hit me with the wrong thing one good time, like
Sam gonna say some shit.
We're gonna talk about it.
Yeah, or Sam just gonna say some shit.
We're gonna talk.
You might have a chance to talk back, but Sam's gonna make sure he makes it known what he has to say.
I mean, just like some of your previous guests, if you will. I mean, a lot of these car people, they're involved with stuff that I'm like, why are we doing that to cars right now?
Like what?
I mean, dare I say, raps?
What's wrong with the rap?
It's kind of getting old.
They are, but it's the next thing. Who are you speaking of?
I'm just saying in general.
I mean, you can say his name.
No, I'm not.
Call him out.
I'm not gonna call.
Don't be a bitch about it.
Oh, that's piss poor. You don't call out people that you don't know.
Oh, well, well, that's different.
I'm just saying, like, just in general. Not that I'm like really deeply into cars or anything. I mean, I appreciate them. Like, I like to think that I like some good stuff instead of like a lot of this garbage. Dude, if you come in here talking about something being what's the poke stretch shit or whatever that is,
I will never let anybody on who does that.
Okay, we're good then.
Yeah, I'm not going to tarnish my name for the sake of your poor choice in modifications on your car.
You do like Volkswagens.
Fuck you. I also have a Saab, so apparently I like those too. Fuck you trying to say, Sam?
I mean, the next step is you're gonna have it aired out, man.
And do I like every Volkswagen that is out on the streets right now? No, I don't.
I mean,
how about this? A lot of people are gonna hate me for this. If you call yourself an enthusiast and you participated in Dieselgate, you're a sellout.
I don't even know what that is.
The Dieselgate thing was when they had to buy back, or they didn't. They gave people the option to buy back.
I got you.
If you call yourself a Volkswagen enthusiast and you participated in that, you're a sellout.
I mean, Volkswagens do what they do.
But people are going to be like, "Oh, that's not selling out. They offer me money." I mean, yeah, but guess what? They didn't want to give you that money. They didn't want to have to do that shit. I mean, granted, okay, they cheated the system, but if you ask me, what they did, it is okay. It was against the law. It's fucking hilarious. But what's the difference of a single person driving this oh my god so pollutant diesel fucking Volkswagen versus this one jackass over here who's got this tuned F250? And there's a lot of jackasses around here that have tuned F250s, and there's either one or two people in it. They're not towing anything. They're not doing anything that constitutes the amount of pollution that they're creating, versus the person over here who's just driving their diesel that gets 45 miles a gallon, but the particulates are too high.
These are all true things.
These are all very true things.
I mean,
and even then, guess what? Volkswagen wasn't the only ones that fucking did it. They were the only ones who got caught in this the big open public eye.
Well, I'm pretty sure there's probably been other cases that we know other manufacturers do it too.
Honda did it too.
But they gotta have one scapegoat, man, just like anything else.
Yeah, and of course, like all the news, and it's they still say shit about it.
I mean,
and the funny thing is, where are these cars? These cars are just sitting in fucking lots. They're literally just sitting in there, doing nothing.
Some people just want a new TDI, man.
So guess what? Guess what? The polluting cars are doing, polluting again.
At least we're not as bad as like California or Texas.
Fuck California.
Texas.
I kind
of want to go to Texas. They've got smog. Some places got smog tests there too.
Yeah, well, but it's not California.
Yeah,
well, you get pulled over. Oh wait, do you have a carb sticker for this modification on your car? So you got an intake. Get the fuck out of here with that bullshit, man. Fuck California.
Fast and the Furious, man.
Fast and the fuck that place. How about that? If you're from California, fuck your state.
I don't know. I heard San Diego was kind of nice.
I'm not saying that the place isn't nice. I'm saying in the world of I should be able to modify my car reasonably. I'm not saying I need to have the loudest exhaust and all this other shit, but really, with the amount of people that are in California and the amount of pollution, it's kind of like it goes hand in hand. Look at India. Same fucking problems. Guess why? There's so many fucking people in a small area. That's exactly why this shit's happening. And then now we're gonna try and get rid of the smog that's around LA and whatnot. Bro, if people can't move and they're just sitting idling in traffic, what does it even matter at that point?
Dare I say Japan maybe does it better?
Everybody does it better than Americans.
Okay. Well,
that's what happened days.
That's here we go.
I'm just saying. Hey, look. You gotta start at a base. You're like, man, that country, they probably got clean asses. There's bidets in there. You know what I'm saying, bro?
I think you're obsessed.
I am.
You might need a bidet tattoo.
I might. No, I would never do that. That's too much. I'm not that type of person that can do that.
Just spraying water just out of the bidet.
No. I just wish people would just realize how
open their minds, if you will.
Yes, just open your mind to it.
I mean, I'm open. It just doesn't really meet my fancy. Doesn't really.
You can't get any more fancier than spraying water to clean your ass.
I mean, it does. Don't get me wrong. It sounds fancy.
Wiping with the same paper we've been wiping with for the past 50 years. Charmin, it's quilted now.
I mean, it's got the bears on it, man. They seem happy.
Well, how about if they made a bidet solution that was you don't even need toilet paper anymore? Yeah, where it had an attachment, that sucks up the solution and mixes it with the water.
I think you've got way too much time to think about.
I didn't think about that. That was just a thought that just happened right now.
I think you're obsessed with clean asses.
Anyway.
Moving on.
I just had to throw that in there. But what I'm saying is I think a lot of countries do a lot of things better than we do, but we're just not willing to accept that because we're too. I'm not going to say we. A lot of people are stuck in their same old motherfucking ways, and your motherfucking ways don't motherfucking work.
I'm thinking about so many current issues that go along with that, but it's
racism doesn't work. I'm just saying. I mean, it doesn't do any good for anybody. Well, we need to no. We is everybody. Everybody's we.
See, and this is what goes back to the whole being naive in high school thing. It's it's not new. This isn't a new chapter that all of a sudden is oh, that was probably a racist statement right there, or oh, they don't like me because this isn't new stuff. Yeah,
it's the same old shit. It's clearly it is people who just never grew the fuck up. If you never thought in your mind, man, I think hating somebody is kind of stressful, or I think hating somebody is fucking stupid and fucking pointless as fuck. I think hating somebody is completely ignorant.
I mean,
you are ignorant.
I mean, it's basically what it is.
It is. And if anybody out there, if you're listening to this, I will straight up tell you to your face. If you like somebody or dislike somebody because of the color of their skin, whether they're light skin, brown skin, have a red dot on their forehead, have a fucking a ponytail turned upside down, I don't give a fuck. You're a fucking moron. You're an idiot.
Facts.
All the facts. If you hate me because I ride a bike on the road, which is actually legal, fuck you.
That's a crazy thing too. When you run into people that get mad at you for being in a road,
old people.
My favorite is get a car.
I have one.
Don't people realize that most people that ride bikes actually have cars?
I would almost say, especially around here, if you are a cyclist, there's probably a 99% chance you do have a car.
Yeah, we don't commute to work. Like
some people do. Some people do.
I mean, some people do. But I'm just saying, like we're in Hampton Roads. Like most of us either have to go through a tunnel and or a bridge of some sort. Like we don't live right down the street from our work.
Right.
So
it would be nice.
It'd be nice, but we're not in that kind of environment. So we drive too.
Right.
You know, and I think the best is when you run in with people and they have something to say, and then you catch them at like the next light or something.
Hey,
or
yeah.
Or
well,
you know, like the light's going to change for you, and they're going to be sitting there for a while. And
you're already intimidating, Sam.
Oh man, like that's probably the best. Those are the best days ever, because like when you roll up, like they think like they said whatever they said, and they're just like going on about their day, and then you just got to roll up and be like, hey man, I didn't quite catch that back there. Did you have something to say? And then there was like, oh no man, I was just, you were just in the road, and things kind of change, and
the tone changes.
Yeah, and again, we just need to have conversations. I mean, I'm pretty sure a lot of your friends, especially your car enthusiasts, are going to be like, well, we've been on some roads where there's like 25 plus people, and I got to get to work and this and that. I'll say this: I think anyone that really considers himself a cyclist and rides on the road, we have a pretty good understanding of what roads we shouldn't be on and roads that will get by with traffic,
Yeah.
And then you've got people that don't know that as someone who cycles in the area, it's our job to educate them on such things so that they don't ruin it for all of us.
Like the guy who was cycling down Mount Pleasant where it's 55 at 5:30 in the afternoon. You're a dick. You're a fucking dick.
Stuff like that. I mean,
and you're stupid because you're trying to get fucking hit.
I mean, and don't get me wrong. Like, you're going to have that person that's going to say, oh, well, legally, I mean, I got the right to do this. Like, just because you legally have the right to do stuff doesn't mean that you always are in the safest position to do it.
Right.
Like, it doesn't make sense. Like, why would you put that risk on yourself?
Yeah.
I mean, because there's some people that, they don't care if they hit you at that point in time. They'll probably care afterwards if you're still alive, and then they got to go to court.
Yeah.
But, why even put that risk out there? But, I mean, if there's one thing that I say on this whole thing, it's like I really think that people should have a little bit more patience with dealing with others, because so many people just care about themselves.
Yeah.
And they'll do something that they'll regret, and then sadly it's too late to regret anything, especially if you injure or paralyze somebody, something that's life-changing. Just because you were trying to get to the next 7-Eleven to get whatever and go to your function that you had going on that day.
Right.
I mean, and at the same time, I mean, I think any of the known cyclists in the area that been riding for X amount of years, like, find someone new that just wants to go out and ride their bike and, possibly have a healthy lifestyle, we should coach them.
Yeah.
We want them to have fun, we want them to, succeed in whatever they're trying to do. But also, like you said, like, if you're on road X and it's 5:30 and people are coming home from work and they got shit they need to do.
Yeah.
And there's only one lane, you probably shouldn't be on that road at that particular juncture. Like,
Right.
I mean, that's just the way that I look at it. I mean, there's some places like around my house where, depending on the time of day, I'll get on the sidewalk for like 3 blocks and then get back on the road, because I know wherever I'm at, like, people act a fool on that little stretch.
Yeah.
So there's things like that. I mean, just because you're legally allowed to do something, you got to think first.
Yeah. And now that you say that, actually, it was kind of a weird experience. I had a friend, I saw his neighbor all the time, whatever. His neighbor got a motorcycle and whatnot. And then a few weeks later, I was like, hey, the house, like, your neighbor moved? He's like, nah, he got hit by a car and killed him, and it was a hit and run.
That's crazy.
I'm like, that's fucked up. Like, you hit somebody on a motorcycle. Of course, we're not talking about a bicycle. We're talking about a motorcycle. And I've ridden motorcycles before. the same mentality you should have on a motorcycle is the same mentality you should have on a bicycle at these point in times. The way people drive, the way they act, and the way they don't pay fucking attention.
Yeah.
So you hit somebody on a motorcycle and you run, like you fucking killed somebody. Like and the fact that you ran makes you a piece of shit.
I mean,
you might as well just hold a gun in someone's head and do the same thing.
I mean, hopefully for those kind of situations, like, you know, justice runs its course, and, you know, those people get caught. But I mean, like I said, it's one of those things where they do something they regret, and they could have done something so different, something small, to make the difference on life or death.
Yeah.
But people just think about themselves 24/7. They don't think about consequences of little things.
Yeah.
That's just like, dude, back in the day, high school, Sam, like, you came off and said something disrespectful.
Yeah.
I mean, we might have been scrapping right then and there, but it's like nowadays, like, there's so many stories that I've read and heard about. Like, you go into, dare I say, fisticuffs.
Yeah.
You know, dare I say, Donniebrooks. Dude slips, hits his head. Everyone sees that you were in a fight with this person. They die. You go to jail.
Yeah.
Little things.
Yeah. And actually, there was a court case like that. Dude got into a fight with another guy, and I don't remember. He hit the guy, and I think he hit him in the back of the head. Something like that happened, and he ended up killing the guy. Basically, they even medically proved, like, this was a very rare case that he hit this guy and killed him.
That's why.
And it's fucked up, but at the same time, even if you get into a fight with somebody and they're being physical with you, you're being physical with them, you don't know what the fuck's gonna happen.
I just feel like we're at a state now where we should just be able to just choke somebody out.
That's risky.
That's risky?
That's risky. You gotta make sure. Well,
I mean, I know there's guns and whatnot out there, but I mean, it would almost be more satisfying, like the Bart and Homer thing, like just so that they understand where you're coming from.
Yeah.
But like, you're good to go for the rest of the day.
Yeah, I think that, like, even back in the day when our parents were growing up, where you could get into a fight and you fought it out, and you shook hands after that.
Dude, back in the day, fights were like Street Fighter, like. You fought that one bully or whoever it was, and if you felt like you went to the bonus round, like you were beating up little Lexuses like on boat docks after that. So I mean, but you can't do that anymore. You can't be like, yo, we squaring up at the monkey bars 12 o'clock tomorrow.
Yo, wait till we get off the bus.
I'm gonna see you.
Right?
Nah, you can't do that anymore, man.
And then it's like, if you get into a fight, are the police gonna get called because I got into a fight at school, or I decided to protect myself because somebody was harassing me and assaulting me almost on a daily basis?
I'm gonna be 100% honest. All parents out there right now, all parents, 100%.
You're not a parent. You can't say anything.
No. I don't know how they do it. There's so much extra stuff out there to like prepare your kid to get older.
Yeah.
I couldn't imagine all the different dudes, like, think about it, like, seriously, like sexual orientations, middle school, elementary,
You're a boy or girl.
stuff is different now.
Yeah.
Things that you can and can't say.
I think so I know you're probably not friends with this person on Facebook, but someone, their kid went to school, and within the third day, they were given a book, like all these books. And one book was basically about race. The kid doesn't know anything about race. I think especially probably this is I'm only assuming and open-mindedly assuming that when when basically it's not a problem until it either becomes a problem or questions are asked. That's when you address it. So when you're born, you're boy or girl. We'll leave it as simple as that. If you have questions, okay, we'll try and address it, answer it, and make you feel comfortable with it, even if I really didn't answer your question. Just because you're a kid, there's nothing that you can set a kid up to be like, you're going to be like this when you grow up, blah, 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 blah. No, it doesn't work like that. It's only like, you're your own mind, man. I'm going to try and point you in the right direction. But other than that, you know, you got to run your own course.
Yeah, I don't think most kids make like legit observations on differences until at least middle school, I would think.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I don't you know, I don't have kids, but
yeah.
Thinking back to when, you know, I was little, I mean, everyone has like their own clique of friends, and, you know, might be in the sports or the band or whatever it is you're into.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, we weren't out there being like, you know, I don't want to hang with such and such because I think they're gay, or, you know, I don't want to. That kind of stuff is crazy to me. How parents cope. I give them all the kudos, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, because I've got some friends that I didn't think would have kids, and now they do.
Yeah.
And, you know, it seems like, you know, kids turn out great, you know, but the things that they've got to challenge themselves with when they get older, especially in high school,
mm-hmm.
I don't remember having to deal with when I was growing up. For me, it was like you either were into sports or you weren't into sports. It was like one or the other, and that was it. And it wasn't, you know, just like the whole bullying thing. Like, everyone's like, oh, you're just a bully. I'm like, are you serious? Also, not new.
Yeah.
Like,
none of it's new.
That is,
it's just all the same old shit. It's just now that everyone sees, you see it, that it's everywhere, and people are just kind of like, it's nonstop. It's always been nonstop. It's always been, I got bullied especially when I was in middle school.
I'm pretty sure we all got bullied. I mean, let's be serious. Dude,
yeah.
I was the only kid skateboarding back then with Vans. People were like, what are you wearing? What are you wearing right now? Like,
what are those?
What are those? Like, those aren't J's. Are those the new Griffies? Like, what are we doing right now? Like, you just couldn't do that now? Dude, it's upsetting. Like, I don't want to say upsetting. I mean, it's cool, but I'm like, oh my God, like, all the black kids got Vans. I'm like, there's no way this would have flown 2001. Like, it's just
2008, I started working at Vans. That's when the song came out.
Dude.
It went ham from there, dog. Everybody had fucking Vans. And there was a point where you didn't see very many black people in the Vans store.
No.
And then all of a sudden, it was like 90% of people who come in the Vans store were black.
It was like, yo.
And I'm like, do y'all realize like 2 years ago, these shoes were not fucking cool.
And now it's like, yo, we can come in here now. And I'm like, that's crazy. Because there's two things that always hits me when it comes to like credibility in shoes.
Yeah.
Dude, Vans are not expensive. That's the first thing.
Yeah. They're $42. When I worked at Vans, they were $42 with tax.
Dude, the second thing was like, when I did, you know, went to whoever shoes that came out, I like baseball, so,
mm-hmm.
you know.
King Griffey's.
Yeah. Dude, my mom was like, nah, son, you ain't getting no Griffey's. They $150. I was like.
$150?
I was like, cool. Pops, what's up? I need these Griffey's for school. He was like, what size? Dude, bought me the Griffey's. First day of school. Mom's like, what are those? She knew exactly, like she remembered the shoe just from a glance, like exactly what they were. Man, absolutely pissed off because she's, you know, $150 for shoes.
Yeah. I can't believe you paid $150 for some motherfucking shoes.
But now, I mean, people going out getting Vans and just like any old shoes, just match anything. Dude, I couldn't do that. Like, I was doing that back in the day and getting joked on like all day long.
But now you figure you're only on one side of the spectrum, right?
Yeah.
There is another shoe game that is totally fucking crazy.
What you got?
I fucking Uber ride, right? I talked to this guy. Actually, it's he's a pro BMXer, is being sponsored by Jordan to make some Nikes. They look like they're pre-weathered.
Huh.
They kind of look like DCs, but they're not DCs because they don't have the strap. But they kind of have that look to them. And I was like, yo, how much are those? He was like $200. I'm like, what are you gonna do with them? He's like, oh, I'm just gonna buy as many as I can so I can resell them for $500. $500. Yeah, $500. That's fucking crazy. Hold on. So when Pharrell, when NERD played the last time at the amphitheater here,
yeah,
apparently they had some shoes that they made for this event.
Was it the ice creams?
No, they weren't ice creams. They were something else.
Huh.
But it was to the point like where you had to show your Virginia ID to be able to get these shoes. And he was telling about some guy somehow you had to he was driving back and forth and get paying people to get shoes for him so he could resell them. Turn around selling these shoes for over $1,000. People are paying that kind of money for fucking shoes. If you didn't know,
the hustle's real. I mean, I knew people were into shoes like that, but
dude, it's big. It's probably bigger than when we were in school.
But I mean, I just don't just crazy to add up the amount of J's any kid has had over their lifetime, just growing up.
0.
I had one pair of J's.
I never had $100 pair of shoes.
Now,
probably well after I graduated.
Now, some Iversons though. Oh, I had me I think 7 pairs of Iversons.
Damn, dog. You was fashionable,
dude. That was my dude, man. I'm sorry, he crossed up J, man.
True. The patented move.
I don't care what anyone says at that point in time.
I still remember that move too.
I think my life, I transcended to heaven, and then came back down, then went back up and came back down again because I couldn't believe what I just saw.
Yeah.
And people always oh, he's still not as good. I don't care.
It don't matter.
Basketball was never as exciting as when he was on the court. I don't care about people talking about LeBron. You can talk about.
I think Dennis Rodman was on that too. Even though he didn't have the shoes, but he definitely had the attitude.
Oh yeah, I mean, I just think that time was just better.
Yeah,
I mean,
it was the sport. The sport wasn't all about the sport. It was the attitudes that went with it. It was which criminal charges were,
dude.
Iverson.
The commercials were better.
Yeah,
I mean, I just remember he had Jada Kiss in the commercial. Dude, it's game over for me right there.
Yeah.
I was like, it's a done deal. The dude just made it. He's made it. I mean, and he was from here, so I mean, of course, I had to be a fan. But man, watching him on the court was phenomenal. And then, I can't remember his real name. I think it was was it White Chocolate? Sexual Chocolate?
Who are we talking about?
White dude.
Play for who? Jason Kidd?
No, he was better than Kidd to me. I might have to Google this, man. I don't remember his name.
White Chocolate.
He was on the N1 mixtape tour for a while.
Oh shit. I don't know his real name, but dude, you talking about the dude that crossed up hot sauce?
Oh, he was nasty, dude. Nasty.
And people are probably some of the people who listened in are what the fuck is an N1? You talking about them shoes?
I mean, I don't know.
The N1 mixtapes were a thing.
And N1, I mean, that was people didn't even care about the NBA anymore. I mean, they were just
yo, you see that dude fucking, you see hot sauce cross that one dude up blah blah blah. Like
it didn't even matter anymore. People were I don't care if they traveling. I don't care if they walked 500 blocks to the dude.
Yeah,
it was awesome.
Yeah, it was good. They kind of still do it now. I've seen some videos and stuff. I've seen some dudes get pretty much, they fall over. They just fall over getting crossed up. I never understood how people had handling skills like that because, of course, that was a sport that I sucked at. So,
I mean,
cheers to them.
If you get crossed up and you fall down, it's a done deal.
It is a done deal. You clearly were not prepared.
Williams.
Was his last name?
Yeah, I gotta come. Hold on, give me a minute.
We'll give you a minute.
Jason Williams.
Oh shit. Okay.
Nasty.
Very, very.
Couldn't keep it in with always getting in trouble. But that's what I'm saying, man. All the good ones were always getting in trouble with stuff, and he, the sadly, I think he got injured towards the end of his career and everything. But I'm gonna tell you now, if you look up highlights, of that dude when he was like in his prime, when you was looking at him in N1 and then coming back and seeing him actually like making it to the pros, it was just like seeing Allen Iverson, but just seeing the white version.
Yeah.
And it was like, if both of them, just imagine both of them on the same team with just one really good center.
I think back in that day, Shaq. I think back in that day,
it'd be game over, dude. Like it'd be like watching NBA jams.
Oh shit!
But in real life,
NBA jams is the shit.
He's on fire,
bruh. Breaking the fucking rim and shit. Remember we had you had the cheats, you had the big heads. You play them when they had big heads and shit.
People don't know.
Those were simple times, man. I don't know if this was actually true. I'm not even gonna say anything about that. But anyway, I think the 1990s were just they were just so much better times. It was so simple. Like we were in the middle of progression, but it was kind of like we were half stepping it, like kind of half step here, half step there, not whole steps like we're doing now.
I don't think things were as serious. It almost feels like people got along better. And I also feel like things that people may have felt like they had differences about other people, they kept more to themselves. They weren't as outspoken about things as they are now.
Well, there was no social media.
Well, that's the other thing too. I mean, technology definitely is a big part of how we socially interact with each other.
Yeah. And I think Facebook kind of taking over was like I want to say almost diminishing point of real social interaction.
You know what Facebook really was for me when I first started?
What's that?
It was the only place that I wanted to go to because all the bands and music and stuff that I used to listen to stopped having websites because Facebook was free. So they started making their website for Facebook.
That's hilarious.
So that's how I knew what shows I wanted to go to, what dates, when they were coming to the area. That was the original reason I really started a Facebook account.
They didn't have MySpace? Or did they have MySpace as well?
Yeah, and then they went to Facebook.
That's funny.
So then it just trickled from there. Like at first I was just like adding everybody, every page, and then, after a while, some of these people or pages were like put up some shit that you don't agree with.
Yeah.
That you're like, man, that kind of sucks. Like, why would they do that? Like, someone puts up saying like, fuck cyclists. I'm probably not going to be friends with them anymore. Like,
right.
Because...
I mean, sometimes you just got to put people in their place.
Well, I mean, in person, yeah. I mean, that's...
I did it on Facebook one time.
Dude.
And got to them. Like, well, you at least shut up about it.
The best feeling ever is when someone gets into a disagreement or fight with you on Facebook, and then you see them, like, at their local watering hole or like somewhere where they're going to be out in public.
And then you
approach them about it, and then they know all of a sudden they don't remember.
Yeah.
Or they're like, you still mad about that? Like, yeah, let's talk about it.
It's like, I'm not mad about it. It's just like, I feel like our conversation was incomplete.
It's like, I guess thinking back to car stuff, like everyone was on drag.
Oh, shit.
And everyone would be like, hey, how you know such and such? And it would always be like some freaking handle that I don't know what their handle was on.
Yeah.
I just know their real name.
Oh.
So
you were backwards then. Most people.
I never was on drag.
Oh, okay. I thought you were on drag.
I was never on drag. So people would like name drop stuff, and I'm like, I don't know who you're talking about. And then it'd be like, oh, you mean blah, 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 Derek in the whatever car. And I'm like, yeah, I know who that is.
Yeah.
So I remember like when we were going to like car meets and everything back in the day, something would happen on drag or something like that. And I'm like, yo, just approach that dude right now. He's right there over there next to his car.
Right.
People didn't want to do that, dude. They were like, no, that's cool. Then like later on that night, they be back typing again.
Shit
I'm
again.
like,
keyboard warriors.
I'm like, you just had your chance to talk to the dude right there. Like, what are we doing?
I was out here. Like, how come you say that to me then? Now you don't talk all this shit on the internet. Like, I really have a problem with you. It's like, okay, we had a disagreement and it turned into like insults, but I don't really care.
I'm a real big fan. If you're going to talk on the internet, you got to talk in real life.
I do. I try to, at least. If I feel some kind of way about something, like I might say something to that person.
We should set up meetings.
I set up podcasts.
They're like, hey, want to have brunch over this? Like, we got to talk.
Yeah, let's have lunch. You have a good meal. It calms people down. How's it, like?
I think it'd be a nice approach for things.
It is. I'm not gonna buy it for you, but like, let's just go to a good spot.
Oh yeah, we won't be buying any food for the other person.
Yeah, because we might not be friends after this conversation.
Possibly not.
I can't change the fact that you're ignorant, but I can hopefully at least open your mind. And if we can get to that point, then I think all is good.
Fair enough.
Yeah. But like I said, and I want to reiterate the fact that no one on this motherfucking earth knows 100% about one thing. So, if you are not willing to listen, you are ignorant. Therefore, you are stupid.
I was really trying to think of one thing that I thought I had 100% knowledge on.
No,
and I
you don't. About yourself, yeah, because you only know you like you do.
Yeah, but like actual topics, I thought I was gonna be able to like shoot you one, but I was like, nah, I ain't got it.
I'm just saying, and the thing, you know what? Science changes all things.
Yeah, I definitely ain't got it.
Plants are more intelligent than people thought that they were. We as humans, we think if it doesn't have a brain, it's not intelligent. Then why the fuck can you can have a plant growing? It will grow the roots to the sound of water.
Well, I mean, just to think,
it's just sound. It's not. The plants don't have fucking ears.
But just to think, though, I mean, technically, weren't they here before us?
Yeah.
So
there's a lot of shit here before us.
Yeah. So I mean,
cockroaches.
I mean, yeah. So we don't know everything.
We don't. And the fact that people think that they know everything and aren't willing to listen to anyone, you're a fucking moron.
I think the only people that I won't listen to are ones that are strictly out there to be violent towards others based on differences. Or, sharing information to be violent against others. Anything that
Antifa members?
I'm just not for it. I mean, because just thinking of being around people that I work with, younger people than me, and how they go about observing the world. Mm-hmm. Some of the things that they're getting information from is so misguided, and there's so many different examples through history that could put them on the right path, but because they're strictly going off of what their peers are telling them
over this one Facebook page is saying, and because they always tell the truth.
Everything in on any kind of page, or the Onion, or my favorite is when everyone knows it's a satire page, and then like someone shares it and they don't know that it's a satire page, and like, how do you not know that?
Right. Or
then they get mad when you point it out. Oh my God, don't point it out. What do you mean? And then they get real defensive. But I'm like, I'm just trying to share information so you don't look dumb.
Right. I'm trying to just go ahead and delete the post now, and no one saw it, or only a few people saw it. Hey man, why'd you delete that post? Because it wasn't correct information. That's why. I thought it was, but it wasn't. That's why I don't post shit. I don't really share shit, because I don't want to share something that is not factual. Most of what you read and hear is not factual. Case in point. Did you see the story about the bitch who fucking lit the fucking the dynamite instead of the fucking candle?
No.
It was a thing on Facebook. Even Wavy TV 10 covered it. It wasn't dynamite. It was technically a firecracker. It was a M80.
I was gonna say, like, I feel like it'd be kind of hard to just get a hold of random dynamite.
Exactly. Just listen to look at the title of it, and you're just like, wait, she lit dynamite? Oh, no. It was a quarter stick of dynamite, aka M80. How could you like that? I mean, clearly you're stupid. People do stupid things all the time. I mean, people have wireless printers that they don't plug into the wall and say that they should work. I'm just saying, so how could someone light a fucking a firework and think it's a candle? Well, there you go.
We've got some special characters in the world.
There's a lot of special characters. So when I read this story and it says like she wrote, it wasn't dynamite. It was a quarter stick of dynamite. Okay, which is an M80. Which, if you deal with fireworks, if you're a kid of the '90s, you know what an M80 is. You know how big it is, but you also know how powerful that shit is. That shit will fuck you up. Don't hold that shit in your fucking hands. Me and you know, if you look at that wick and you're like, oh shit, and you light that thing and it goes, psh, throw it very far.
I'm pretty sure these same people can probably hike the Appalachian Trail by themselves. The whole trail.
And not be some kind of... Here's the thing. That's just like the guy who... You know, we're cyclists. We're avid cyclists. And we tell people, like, oh yeah, I'll bike 20 miles, I'll bike 30 miles. Like, yo, you're fucking crazy. That's long. And you're like, that's not that long. But it would be like someone telling you, yeah, I'll bike 20 and 30 miles. I want to do 100 by the end of the year. And they're like, oh, I think I could do that. You what? You think you can? Okay. Right.
Kind of. It's almost similar to your story.
What's that?
Almost.
I said I just wanted to complete one.
Yeah, but you were like gauging up to it though, which you did it the right way. You did it the right way.
But, what? You talking about when I said I wanted to do a century and pace 18?
Yeah, but before that, you were like, you did like a 50-mile ride, and then you did like a 60-mile ride.
And the longest I did was a 70, and I averaged 20.
So you were like, and I was like, yeah. I was like, but that last 30 miles is going to hit you. And I was like, it's going to be rough.
But, okay. Granted, at that point in time, I didn't, okay, I never did a century before. So.
That's correct. But I told you, though.
But I listened to you.
You did listen.
So I was like, okay, well, maybe I shouldn't put a pace on this. It might suck more than I think it does, because 30 miles is a long time when you've already done 70.
I just wish I had video footage.
Oh, I was hurting. I'm not going to lie.
You did a great job, but man, oh man, your face.
And I had issues. Dude, and I'm telling you, I don't know what was up with those shoes I had, but dude, my feet, like, they hurt real bad. My foot has never hurt like that. Feet have never hurt like that. Like, to the point of where if I put any pressure on my foot, dude, it felt like someone was just like took a knife and just stabbed me right in the middle of my foot. It was pretty bad. So, and I'd never ridden that long with those shoes before.
I think there's some kind of saying, some cliche saying that says like pain is temporary. You got through it.
I did get through it, and it sucked.
But you got through it.
And I had like 2 semi-flats.
You'll do it again.
I will.
That's all that matters.
I wanted to do it again this year, but I just haven't had the opportunity yet. But, one day we'll get there. I like I don't like the pain. I like the challenge. I like the reward. I like the mental reward afterwards. But doing it, okay, the first 50 miles isn't that bad, but then after that, you're just like, all right, like, I'm ready to get off this bike.
I was just about to say, like, the first 50 miles, you were like the happiest little kid ever.
Well, because we stopped too.
Oh yeah,
and there was a lot of stops on that one, which actually
I think that was the problem.
I think that was a huge part of the problem.
But you still did better than most of the people that were out there that day.
I did. Actually, what was really surprising the fact that we didn't catch those dudes that like wanted to go to the barbecue places. The barbecue place. They
probably was still back at the barbecue place. But
no, they were at the car when we got there.
Oh yeah, they didn't stay long.
So everyone knows. Basically, so we rode the Capitol Trail with a group of people. It probably was maybe about 15, 20 of us. Probably like 15 of us. We didn't. There was really no pace set of how fast we were gonna go. Sam was fooling around. I'm not gonna I'm rolling with Sam, so we're kind of staying together, doing 20 here, 22 here, blah blah blah, whatever. So we get 50 miles out, which is basically the end of the Capitol Trail. So now you have to come back. We stopped for lunch right around the 50-mile mark, and there were some guys who wanted to go get barbecue, and we're kind of looking at each other like, barbecue at 50 miles? That sounds like a horrible idea. I don't think that would be the most beneficial thing to eat right now. So I kept it light. Sam had nothing, and so we went on with our ride, and we never caught the dudes that went to the barbecue place.
They might have got a ride back.
I don't know.
It could have, man.
They were changing when we got back. I remember the dude was in the parking lot. I was like, God damn, like, how the fuck did we not catch y'all?
Well, you gotta remember.
And we also did, we took a while.
Yeah, y'all did that one stop, and y'all actually sat down to eat, though. Remember that?
Yeah.
You guys were there for a while.
Yeah.
And I just remember those 5 dudes that just, for some reason, because they had super expensive bikes.
Oh, the guy with the BMC?
They thought they were going to be pushing the limits.
That doesn't mean black man cock for those people, for those people from the drag VA days. It's a very expensive bike. Speaking of which, over people who ride BMCs, Mark Griffith, if you ever put your fucking feet on my fucking bumper again, I will fucking kill you.
The name sounds familiar, but I think if I saw him, I'd remember him. I don't remember him right
now. Real tall, big dude, rides a black BMC, rides with a bruise.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. We're at the Big Ugly Ride the other day.
He probably won't hear this.
And this nigga just stomped his motherfucking foot on my fucking bumper. I'm like, nigga, what the fuck is you doing? And he was like, what? What's all that for? Get your fucking foot off my goddamn bumper. That's what's up. Well, it's not that nice. I don't give a fuck, nigga. It's your motherfucking bumper to put your feet on. And actually, that was exactly my tone. And I profusely called him a nigga. Because that is some nigga type shit.
You're scaring people.
I don't give a fuck. That was my point of saying it in the way that I said it. Nigga, get your motherfucking shitty ass shoes off my goddamn bumper.
We're going to start calling you Charlie Murphy.
Good. Fuck. Hold on. You can't talk either.
Why not?
As we were cycling one day, and a lady tried to go around us on the opposite side of the road, Sam turns back, stops, and calls a lady a bitch. Oh, by the way, conveniently, her window was down. And she said, what you just called me? I called you a bitch. Bitch. Sam, was that not what happened?
Things may have gotten a little heated.
Things got very heated in Sam's eyes. He ought to call the lady a bitch. Not once, not twice, but 3 times. I called you a bitch. I mean,
sometimes 3 times is a charm. I just don't know. I don't know what she
once, twice, 3 times a bitch.
I don't know what she was thinking in that scenario that day.
I don't know what the fuck she was thinking either. But damn, call her a bitch though.
I mean, she needed to know where we stood. You gotta hold your ground, dude.
I mean, I understand and I agree, but I mean, Sam, we can't be calling people bitches, man.
I mean, it's not like it happens on a daily basis. That day was just a little heated, man. There was 3 of us trying to enjoy our day, and she's just...
I think I know what your problem is. Oh. I think Isaac is your problem. Isaac is your pass to say what Sam thinks. Because when you two are around each other, y'all talk all the shit.
I mean, Isaac's like the brother from another mother, I guess, if you will. I mean, we kind of share the same personalities. I like those. Him and his brother are hilarious to me because they both things get heated real quick. Mm. But like it's an on and off switch. Like it depends on what it is, you know.
I think but when you two are around, okay. So Isaac is a fellow cyclist who is not the stature of either me or Sam, who is a lot smaller, a lot shorter, and he doesn't look like a guy who talks a lot of shit. But he talks all the shit.
We're like double Dragon Brothers. I mean, if you will, like we like to go in on some things, dude. But you know, honestly, if it wasn't for him, like there's a lot of things that I wouldn't know today before I even got deep into riding as much as I do. Yeah. But you know, he feels the same way as I do. Like we're just trying to enjoy our rides, man. Just trying to, you know, be as safe as we possibly can, and you know, doing our own thing. But there's those prime opportunities People want to ruin those days, man.
You know, I've gotten to this point with rides on this side of the water. I know you don't really ride on this side of the water as much as I do, but I feel people aren't being safe anymore. Car back means fucking car back for a goddamn reason, all right?
I mean, we gotta single up. That's another thing too. I mean,
but okay, so there's those times where like we kind of bunch up or whatever, slowing down because the person up front isn't really speeding up because we're going downhill like you're supposed to. I don't think people even know how to pull properly. To most people, we're speaking fucking Spanish. So the person up front is the one who was quote unquote pulling. When you are going downhill, you should speed up. Why? Because however many people behind you are actually are in this draft and they're speeding up. So you need to speed up as well. And when you're going uphill, you should maintain speed, not slow down. If you can't maintain the speed, then you should pull off and let the next person do the work. And you shouldn't be doing that like, you know, on the hill, like, or in between the hill. You should do it before or after. That's kind of how I get things. And when you're pulling off from a stoplight, don't stand up and just start fucking pedaling fast as fuck like everybody else can keep the fuck up. Like, you can't assume that. If you can get the whatever speed, maintain it, make sure everybody comes up, you know what I'm saying? And then, like, you carry on.
I think the biggest problem is there's people with different riding etiquettes and abilities mixed in with others. So you've got people that
abilities is different. Etiquette should be across the board. There should be a base, but I don't think people are meeting that base.
But it's not though. I mean, you can go to some areas where they come up to a hill and it drastically slows down by like 3 miles per hour, so that they're not killing the whole group.
That's fine.
I mean, but it's like a known thing in that group or on that ride.
Okay, and I was just kind of saying that because of basically what I've experienced around here. There's not a lot of hills, so when you go up the hill, you kind of maintain speed for those who can. And if you can't maintain speed, just go ahead and drop off. And everyone should kind of respectfully do that without, you know, creating a potential accident. Be safe about it. Don't, you know, look behind you sometimes.
I think the biggest helping for that is just observing more.
Look behind you sometimes.
I mean,
even beside you. Like,
yeah, I mean, a lot of people don't look like ahead of the person in front of you.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
for the just in case aspect. And honestly, when you have your incident or accident, when you may have protected yourself or been okay had you looked ahead of the person in front of you, that's when it'll become second nature, because you're like, I don't want that to happen again, so I'm just going to look ahead of that person. Prime example, as you both know, Jerry Hadley.
You don't follow Jerry.
I mean, but sometimes you have to follow Jerry.
Yeah, but
then when you know how Jerry rides, you just look ahead of Jerry and then you're fine.
Right.
And maybe it'll help you in the long run.
Okay, where I normally ride with Jerry, I know where not to ride with Jerry. Other than that, I would expect normal etiquette of either you swing out far enough past the hole, bump, whatever, or you point it out. That's kind of how I feel it.
Think about it too, though. There's sometimes where like I said, abilities and or, you know, riding with different people with, so let's say you're in a group and someone can't take their hands off the bars because they
shouldn't be pulling.
Okay, that's one. And then two, they've got they're so gassed, they're so tired that they can't vocally say anything.
They should be pulling.
But everyone is supposed to share the well. Here's the thing about pulling. Just because the person in front of you just did some crazy high pull, say like 28, 29 miles per hour, doesn't mean you've got to pull at 28, 29. Now, someone might yell at you.
You should be respectful about it, though.
Someone might say something to you. But let's just say you took like a 10-second on the front and you had it down to like 26, 27. Mm-hmm. It's not going to kill anything.
My whole point is, here's my thing. You know when you're tired, when you're gassed, when you can't take any more. It's starting to hurt, bro. I can't take much more pain. I don't know how much I have. You should probably, if you're in the middle of the group, if you're close to the front, you should probably go ahead and think about, can I do this pull? If I can at least manage a 10-second pull, I'm good. Or if I want to hang on for the group for the rest of the ride, I should probably go ahead and start making my way to the back. So you should wave up the person behind you before you decide that you want to get, like, you know, you're out of the pace line. So wave them up so they don't have to do a shit ton of fucking work because you decided you wanted to exit off, and then guess what? The person that was in front of you, they do the same thing too.
It's a learning curve for sure. That's why I said earlier about the whole sharing the information and not want to say teaching people, but just having them learn more about. I mean, because don't get me wrong, there's still stuff that I'm learning. I mean, I try to go with some people that are stupidly fast. And you know,
yeah,
there's some things that I do wrong, and then some things that I think I do a better job at, but you know, not gonna ever be pro. You know, I know this. I mean, it's a fact. I mean, but at the same time, I mean, everyone can progress. Everyone can get better. I mean, you just got to be able to accept some kind of criticism and learn it.
Yeah.
I mean, I think some of the best people to do that are the ones that are vocal about it, are, you know, trying to tell you some things that are beneficial for you to progress.
I think, and a part of that is what I'm saying is these are the people that you expect to do things like yell car back. Or, like, you know, basically, like, keep everyone safe. Like, not just ride and just keep your fucking head straight.
Well, on those days, they're just fucking up, basically.
A lot of people be fucking up, dog. And a lot of fucking people. And a lot of people that I see all the fucking time. It's like, dude, like, come on. Like, you know what the fuck you know what the program is?
I mean, sometimes people just need reminders, too. And, you know, when those kind of things happen as someone that, like, knows better, I think it's better when it's, you know, come across to them in just a casual conversation. You know, because a lot of times
I've said stuff and they're like, well, you should say something. And like, okay, so I did during the ride. I fucking yelled at everybody. I was like, hey, car back. By the way, people, am I the only one yelling this shit? Yeah,
but see what I'm saying? Like, if it's a casual conversation, like, some people take that better rather than, you know, someone being like, for instance, like, if someone, you know, yells at me and I didn't do something right, supposedly, but I think that I did, then we talk about it afterwards.
Yeah,
like, we come to a mutual understanding and like move on. Like, you know what, you're right. I did mess up on this situation.
Yeah.
You know, I think that needs to be done more than some people that have that elitist thought process of, you know,
well, I don't have to do this.
Yeah.
That's fucking stupid.
Or those are my favorite people to take down on the ride.
But that's my whole thing is that we're out there as a group.
Exactly.
So we should all be like, you know, looking out for each other. So if you're in the back, you more than likely see what's behind you. You should take a glance back every now and again. You don't have to. Okay, even if you don't yell car back, but if you see a car coming forward and you see this dude behind you that looks like he's about to get past, you should tell people car back, car up, so we can kind of, you know, manage what we're about to do, or at least slow this fucking person down because you see a car is coming down the road.
Yeah, I mean, it's in the best interest of the group. I mean, for sure.
Yeah. It's just people just stop paying attention. Drivers too. So I'm not saying that everyone's in the wrong or everyone's in the right or this person's in the wrong, this person's in the right. I just think that we all should be looking out for each other. And basically, it's what I'm saying. As cyclists, as drivers,
Absolutely.
As people in general.
Absolutely. It kills me. Like, not saying I'm like perfect person on having a phone in the car, but when someone's like thoroughly like looks like they're typing an essay.
Yeah.
Like, has no idea what's going on. Like, if you can stare at somebody through the window.
Yeah.
And they have no idea you're staring at them through the window, and there's no tint or anything, it's just clear windows.
Yeah.
Like, that's a problem.
I've seen it. I've witnessed these. You know, I've been guilty of it a few times. Normally, I do not text and drive. Not on any interstate. Even when people are I'm in a group text. I'm in a group text and I'm driving to South Carolina. I'll glance at it every now and again, but I'm not the person to reply back because I don't want to have this conversation and drive. I want to focus on driving. Like,
Yeah.
that's I got a place to go, and I'm trying to get there without wrecking my shit.
Absolutely. I agree.
So I'm not saying I'm a perfect person. I'm not out here preaching that, oh, you shouldn't drive and text, but I'm out here fucking doing it. Minimize that shit, all right? Pay the fucking attention to what you're doing.
Yeah, like if you're clearly like all over the road. And,
yeah.
I mean, that's a different story.
Oh, no. Maryland drivers. They should probably text and drive because they have no other excuse to what the shit that I see.
I think a lot of places are the same. It doesn't matter where it is. There's a lot. I swear, like if you go somewhere and you live there for an X amount of time, you would swear probably like that area is like the worst place ever, except
Connecticut.
Except for the Northeast.
Connecticut.
I'd say above Connecticut.
I'd say Connecticut because that's as far up as I went. And bro, oh my god, the shit that I saw when I was traveling was just crazy. And I'm like, okay, I can't wait to get the fuck out of here.
Oh, you mean
these people are fucking crazy.
Yeah, I agree. I thought you meant like for like smooth, great driving.
No, I'm talking like, yo, there's assholes everywhere, and clearly they which if there's a way out, they're gonna find it or they're gonna make it. I don't want to be a part of that.
Yeah, Connecticut's on a whole different level. I agree.
Yeah,
I mean the thing that gets me is like the motorcycles because with no helmets.
I can't do it. There's no way that I can do that shit. People are like, oh no, you just got to do it once and then you'll see what it's like. And I'm like, no, I don't. I don't want to fucking do it.
Yeah, I'm usually in and out of Connecticut. I don't really stay. I don't stay long.
Is there no helmet laws in Connecticut?
Yeah, you don't have
Fuck that.
You don't have to have helmet.
The way that people drive? Hell no.
Nope.
Hell motherfucking no.
We're every time we go up to Mass, it's very short. I think it's like 25, 30 minutes.
Oh, through Connecticut?
Connecticut, and then we're out.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, though. I don't think anything is better than Vermont, at least for me so far. Dude, everyone just knows about, like, the passing lane. No one's in the... When you're in the interstate and no one's in the left lane,
yeah,
you would almost swear it's not real.
Kentucky.
I believe it. Never been. I believe it.
On 64, when you're going up there and it's 4 lanes, no one is in the left lane.
But let you go to North Carolina.
Dude, they're all in the left lane.
All in the left lane.
Every single one of them. If there's okay, Maryland drivers, they'll end up in your lane. Okay? That's a saying if you didn't know. Maryland drivers, they may end up in your lane. It's a very true fact. North Carolina drivers can all burn in hell. All of you. If you're from North Carolina and you drive like a fucking dick, you know what? I probably wouldn't have any respect for you if I saw you and I knew you were from North Carolina and you had North Carolina tags on your car. Because there's a lot of dumb shit that you do behind the wheel. Not letting people over for no reason. Oh, because they need to get over to get off on this exit, I'm going to just block you in, but yet, like, I'm going to stay here beside you. You're holding up traffic, you fucking piece of shit. Get the fuck out. Like, let the person the fuck over so they can get off the interstate. You're not going any faster, but you sped up to not let them in. What kind of shit is that?
NASCAR.
Oh, I forgot. Oh. Everybody Ricky Bobby.
I mean, there's a lot of teams in Carolina, man.
I don't give a fuck. Drive like you got some goddamn sense.
I mean, they are. They're
just because y'all like driving, tailgating each other around a fucking oval track.
Blocking the wind, man. Blocking the wind.
Whatever you're gonna call it. And you actually, you know what people really get on my nerves? The ones who want to speed up and sit right next to you, and then you speed up to get away from them, and they speed up and get next to you again. And can you get the fuck away from me, please? Clearly, you don't know what you're doing. You're not paying attention. You don't even know how fast you're going because every uphill, when I maintain speed, you slow down, and then you gotta speed up and get beside me again, or get close to me. Just don't be near me. How about that?
Take an off ramp. Get back on.
I don't want to do that. Waste of gas.
Not if it's straight through.
I mean, dog, my car doesn't get that great of gas mileage. Fuck that.
Volkswagen life.
Sob.
I know, but you're at heart, you're still a Volkswagen life. Kid.
Whatever, kid. You're a Subaru kid. Don't even get on me about that shit.
Oh, I can't really be a Subaru kid. I just got one.
That's right. It's a Corolla. My bad. Same thing. So,
leave us Japanese people alone.
You mean Australian?
Japanese.
Subaru's Australian, dog.
Did I ever say that?
It's a fucking joke, man.
Did I say that?
No, I said that.
Oh, okay.
I would. Whatever. Horrible joke.
I started thinking back. I was like, did I really say that? Anyway.
I don't think people even know like what cycling's all about. You know what? Here's what I tell people about cycling. If you wanna get rid of your what's the word I'm looking for? Your ego. If you wanna get rid of your ego, try cycling. Being 20, 30 years old, and you got 50-year-old guys out there kicking your motherfucking ass, leaving you in the dust like it's nobody's business. That's cycling.
That's years of riding.
But even then, it's you think you're strong, you're big and bad. Oh man, I think I can keep up with him. No, you can't. No, you can't. You're not good enough. You're not fast enough. You can't take the pain. People don't understand that cycling actually physically fucking hurts. It don't feel good to go fast. It sucks to go fast. It mentally feels good to go fast.
Yeah, it's one of those. I think it's kind of like any other sport.
Nope.
Yeah, kinda.
Nope.
Kinda. I mean, you got to do things that aren't physically. They don't feel well. I won't say you know, in the same sentence that you're going to spend most of your time not feeling well, like cycling, but at some point in time, you're going to do things that, in order to get better at whatever it is that you're doing, you're going to do a lot of stuff that doesn't feel physically fun to do.
Oh yeah, like running.
Yeah, running. Yeah,
running's stupid anyway.
Running's not fun.
Fuck that shit.
Running's not fun.
It is not. That's
why cross is so. I don't know why I enjoy it so much, but
maybe it's the I don't know.
It's the atmosphere.
The trail. I want to say like the trail aspect.
The atmosphere is fun.
Okay. But for those who don't know what cyclecross is, it's basically a road bike. It's a little different to be able to go off road. It doesn't have shocks or anything. It's still a rigid frame, but it's just more meant for not really off road per se. We'll just say trails.
Just consider a road bike with mud tires.
Yeah, basically.
But yeah, it's hard. I mean,
I'm sure it's fucking hard.
I mean, it's just, I think most races are hard, but the atmosphere is definitely a blast. Like, you have, dare I say, more fun and going out and competing with someone and finishing 20th or 25th or something like that, and still having a blast and saying like, oh man, that race was so much fun.
Yeah.
Whereas you don't get that feeling when you're going to the road side of things and finish 25th and you're just like, man, that race was terrible. I mean, you're like, I don't even know what I'm doing here. Trust me, like I've been back and forth between both. Still trying to, fight my way through trying to do the cross thing.
Yeah.
But I don't want to rush anything with that because it's, like I said, it's fun. So I take the.
You don't want to take the fun out of it.
Yeah, the winter and fall season, like I want to have fun with it. So
yeah.
When road comes up, I take that a little bit more seriously because that's where I have the most fun competing.
Yeah.
But man, this year, holy shit, these kids out here are crazy.
Yeah, like that kid that I saw at Mount I only see one cyclocross race, and that was the one at Mount Trashmore where the dude got he had the mechanical, was a lap down, passed him, and then lapped him again.
I'm trying to remember.
I think he was like 17 or 18.
This was a couple years ago.
Yeah,
but I can't remember who was winning that race. It might have been I think it was probably Adam Croft.
That name sounds familiar.
That's probably who it was, because he's like a bike sensation, if you will, in the area.
Oh.
I don't know what he's doing now. I think he's growing up now. I think he's 18 now, so he's kind of doing.
Oh, he ain't doing no biking shit.
I mean, he's still into bikes, but he's doing 18-year-old stuff. Like, he's going out exploring and probably dating and has a job, you know.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure like he'll always be into bikes. I mean, he's very gifted at it. So
yeah.
But yeah, that's one for sure. Like, it's been fun to race against and get beat over and over and over again, like in different ways. But it's like, God, like, how is he that good all the time?
And I will say, and for the people who don't know what cyclocross is, not only are you racing like on of course it's a mapped out trail, but there are obstacles as well.
Oh yeah.
You can either get off, like, you know, unclip from the pedals and jump over it, or if you're good enough, you can bunny hop over it. But that's not always the case, because I've seen some races that have stairs where you actually have to go up these muddy stairs and carry your bike and get back on at the top.
Yeah, it's basically, the best description I have is like, imagine Mario if you had to carry a bike around.
Is it Mario if you had to carry your bike around?
Yeah, because you had pits and stuff you had to jump over. You had.
I haven't seen nothing that intense yet.
What, Mario?
Well, no. I just haven't seen any races that intense yet.
Oh, just put in World Championship cyclocross.
Oh God,
I'm
afraid of what I'm about to see.
It's nothing we'll ever experience. It's insane.
Would you say it's like a mud runner but with bikes? And minus barbed wire and scabies.
Yeah. But I mean, the courses they have for them is just, one lap would destroy us.
I did see one video, and I think you shared it, was the guy who went, I guess this was probably like his first actual race that he did for cyclocross, and was like, when you think you had it in the first minute or so, and then you just see people just passing him.
Oh, it's crazy.
Like, he basically ran out of juice within the first couple minutes. I don't even think he got through the first lap yet.
When you're fast, you're fast. I mean, for sure. But, I mean, the only way to describe it is you're in the highest state of a heart rate, where you're feeling like you're about to basically just fall over, and you just stay in that area of a heart rate for an hour plus.
That's fucking crazy.
Like, you just stay there. Like, you don't get a recovery and slow down. You don't. It's not like road. I mean, it's that's why it's harder.
Yeah.
But the obstacles are what make a lot of it interesting and challenging. Cause I mean, you got sand you got to ride through. You've got mud. You've got stairs. Tons of uphills. My least favorite is off camber stuff. So, you know, you got hills that are like on the slide of.
So you're so going up a hill but sideways.
Yeah, that kind of. I mean, it's stupid.
That
like,
doesn't sound fun.
It's like there's no reason why we should be riding up this right now. But it's part of what makes cyclocross.
Yeah.
So, but it's kind of like my closest thing to doing off road, because not really a big fan of mountain bikes. Everyone gives me crap because they're like, "What do you mean mountain bikes is awesome?" I'm like, "Yeah, there's so much.
It's not for you.
It's just so much involved."
Yeah.
I like to just get on a bike and ride it.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to worry about shocks. I don't want to worry about disc brakes. I don't want to do all that stuff. I just want to get on a bike and ride it.
So is that why you hate the Slate?
The Slate is pretty much the most horrible bike ever. I mean, people that buy them and then end up selling them.
Zach didn't sell his, did he?
I mean, he still has it, but, you know, let's be serious. Out of the 3 bikes that he has, the best looking is probably his mountain bike, and then his road bike for sure. I mean, the Slate is kind of like the redheaded stepchild in the middle. He probably rides it the most, but...
Yeah, for those who don't know what a Cannondale Slate is, it's a road bike with a front shock, basically.
Yeah, so I mean...
if you've ever seen a Cannondale Lefty, which is a mountain bike, it has a front shock on one side only, and that's what this road bike has. You can lock out the front shock, of course, and, you know, race, ride on the road, and be fine. And you can unlock it to go on a trail. So it's kind of like your ultimate trail/road bike.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair though, since we're talking about the slate, if Zach does listen to this, he still has yet to get into a top 10 finish with a slate, as he said he was going to do. I think about a year and a half ago. Still waiting to see that result.
I told him to contact.
You got a friend out there, right?
I guess you could say he's a friend, a fellow. And you know what? He's a fellow shit talker. I think he talks more shit than you.
I don't really talk a lot of shit.
And now, actually, you do sometimes, but he talks so much shit that he's the one you can just make one comment, and he's gonna eat you up, dog. That's him.
I talk shit to my friends. Yeah. Like, I don't just go
out. But that's
randomly.
why I'm saying you talk shit.
I'm just like out there randomly, just like.
If you just talk shit randomly, or you do it to just your friends, you still talk shit.
I think that's my love of comedians coming out, if you will. Maybe that's what it is.
Oh, who's your favorite comedian?
My favorite? That's a tough one.
Who's on the top of your list?
Not really. I'm not really a huge fan of stand-ups. But for some reason, Anthony Jeselnik, because he is like the most perfect. So it's gonna be so crazy, but my description of him is like the perfect Hitler's Youth stand-up comedian, because he's so, his punchlines are so like dry and immediate.
Yeah.
But when they're so funny when like the way he delivers it, and I don't think anyone delivers them the way he does.
Have you listened to Tom Segura?
I have.
Not.
I mean,
as
similar.
Okay.
Similar. I like a lot of these.
Not as young.
Yeah, I like a lot of the Instagram, like the short video people, like Kev on Stage, Tony Baker.
Kev, that dude's funny as shit.
Pat D. Lucky.
I think I know who that is.
Oh, dude, you gotta look him up. That dude he has some of the greatest situations ever.
Do you like Chris D'Elia? He's the one who made the video about how Eminem raps.
I like him. I don't really care for that skit that much.
Yeah,
but
there's some other shit that he's done.
Yeah, but I like
hilarious.
His stuff though.
Okay.
Just hilarious. Holy crap.
Who?
Just hilarious. From Baltimore, dude. Got to put that on the map. Like, you talking about shit talk? Oh man, she has like a Today in the News.
Yeah.
Like skits.
Yeah.
She be roasting everybody. Actually, look up Just Hilarious and how she roasted Meek Mills like last year, dude.
I think I remember that. Is it kind of younger, short hair?
Yes.
Black? Okay, I do remember that.
Dude,
she ate his ass. She ate his ass.
She was eating him up.
Don't be a celebrity and fuck up,
man.
Because some of these comedians gonna get you.
He had some pants on, man. She said, "Too long to be pants, too short to be capris." I don't even know. Like, I feel like that's some high school stuff. Like,
that is a high water. That's definitely a high water joke.
Yeah, but it was so well done. I was like, damn, she's.
It's about the delivery, man. You can say something that's been said a million times, but if you throw it in between a good joke and you deliver it right, it's funny all over again.
Dude,
it's funny just because you said it.
She's good stuff for sure. Like, I enjoy all of her stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like a lot of these like Instagram comedians. There's not a lot of like long skits. Don't get me wrong, like, they do stand-ups too.
Yeah.
But I get most of their stuff from like the online. Dude, Tony Baker does. If you've seen any of like the animal voiceover stuff, that's usually him.
Okay.
Like, if you ever saw the one with the raccoons like eating like cereal inside of a bowl, and he was like, there was cats out there, and the cats were like staring at the raccoon like, "What are you doing here, son?" Like,
what was his name again?
Tony Baker.
No.
And he just came across like, "Hey man, I'm just gonna come over here and dabble on this here water and cereal real quick." And like, you know how raccoons do with their hands, they look like people, dude.
Yeah.
Like, you know, he's picking it up, scooping it up out of the dish, and he's just like eating, like, and Cass is like, "What's going on right now?"
Yeah.
Dude, the voiceover for that is hilarious.
I will say, oh man, that brain fucking fart. God damn it. Well, that didn't matter. So, no, the Instagram comedian thing is kind of, take my V card. Daquan Wiltshire.
I have no idea what it is, but apparently I'll look it up.
Look him up. He's been I want to say a strong at least 2 years. Like Instagram, he used to be popular on Facebook. Now he's like mainly Instagram. He makes a lot of like rant videos. He's always wearing a fucking do-rag. He's made a video one day of he's made a couple like Dragon Ball Z videos. He's like real big into Dragon Ball Z, and I remember he made a rant about how like niggas think that like he's a bitch just because he likes anime, and like he goes even more into anime about how he'll go Super Saiyan on him and shit like that. And actually, dude's from Fredericksburg.
Really?
Yeah. Like I was like, oh, that dude's from goal for the podcast.
But he don't live there no more, I bet.
I always see his sees the location.
Oh.
Like he has that shit on sometimes, and he'll say Fredericksburg.
That's crazy.
But I mean, I guess he's done some touring. I guess I don't know if he's done actual stand up, but he's a couple times like I'll be in San Diego, wherever, doing whatever he does. I don't know. I guess cussing people out. But he's always joking people, and actually, you know what? I think he got popular for actually, like, he would take a picture of somebody and they'd, like, shit talk him, and he would basically go back and just destroy him. Kind of like Michael Blackson does.
Michael Blackson is another great one, for sure.
That's not his real name.
Is he? But he's really from Africa, though, right?
Supposedly.
If he's not, he does it well.
I heard he basically got stuck in that character
and just made it.
And well, that's the only way he's funny. Comedians get stuck in the characters. Well,
I mean, you could say Kevin Hart's in the character.
Kevin Hart's Kevin Hart, though.
Yeah, but I mean, he's always gonna do like the same thing. But
the thing is
I'm not saying it's bad.
That's his comedy, though.
Yeah, I'm not saying he's bad. I'm just saying like this. Just what he does. I mean, you're right. I guess you could say the same about everyone. Like Chris Rock does.
In the comedy world, he's sold out, quote unquote, sold out.
I think that's just when you're making too much. Look,
that's what I'm saying. When you're making too much money,
when you're making too much money, and you're in everything.
I wouldn't say the thing is that brings on the opportunity, but that's when people start to control what you say.
Well, I mean,
he can't go 100% raw like Dave Chappelle can. That's why Dave Chappelle turned down that. Was it $30 million they were offering him?
Yeah, but that's
why he turned that shit down, because he wasn't going to sell out.
Look at Eddie Murphy.
Eddie Murphy sold out a long time ago, though.
But when he was making movies, he was making a lot of them, like, and they were always back to back to back to back to back.
Yeah, but that was what he wanted to do, and that shit takes a lot of time and energy, and like he made a lot of money then.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not hating on it. I mean,
so if he played his cards right, then he good now. He won't have to give a fuck. He could pay people to give a fuck.
Yeah, I might be hating on his height. I don't know.
On his height?
Maybe. I don't know.
Is he short?
Yeah. He's the same height as, actually, I don't know if that's true. I was going to say Cat Williams, but.
Cat Williams is a little dude. He's like an 8th grader.
I think Cat Williams and Prince were like the same height, if I'm not mistaken.
Like 5'4"?
I don't know if they're that short.
Prince is pretty short from what I understand.
Prince
He's definitely under 5'8".
He was very short, but I don't remember exactly like what the height was. Cat Williams is also good. I mean, I think if he stopped probably smacking
beat
people,
up by 8th graders.
Yeah, thinking he's like pimp in real life.
But he was in drugs, and
well, yeah.
I think he's cleaned himself up since.
I mean, I don't know. He plays that pimp character strong though.
He does. He does a good. You know, you ever seen Atlanta?
Yeah, he was in that.
Yeah, he was in Atlanta.
The alligator man.
Yeah. Dude, that shit was hilarious.
Man.
I think more people should definitely watch Atlanta. It is definitely a good 2 seasons of that show.
Wasn't that called the episode was called Alligator Man?
Yeah, Alligator Man. Yeah.
Man,
that was hilarious.
The way he came to the screen door. Y'all want me to come outside my house? He said, well, how about no? Y'all can kiss my ass. I was like, oh, dude, that whole thing was great.
That I probably should definitely rewatch like all. My favorite episode was what was the last one? I think the second to last on the second season. The one with the guy that played the piano, Teddy.
Oh, and it was like his brother, and they were making it seem. Then his brother ended up killing him, and then killed himself.
That was because he was the one who actually played the piano.
Yeah,
he was. I don't know.
He was the one that sung.
Okay.
But he wanted what's his name was coming to the house to pick up the piano.
Yeah, but he didn't want to really summon the piano because he was like,
dude, I don't even know how to even write that. Like, how do you write that?
That was crazy. The whole the thing is like you think about it, it's almost like that whole season, all the seasons together didn't really make much sense, but they made sense. It still was a timeline. It was just all these random ass events that just happened in time. It was like somewhat of it was a Paperboy and his rap career, and some of it was what was this Donald Glover's character? Ern was like, in his relationship, and all this other shit happens, and then all the weird shit happens to home dude.
I can't remember
that was in Get Out.
Yeah, but he is doing big things right now for sure. I would definitely say of all the roles he played, that probably was like the best one, because he always plays that weird dude. Well, he's got that new movie out with him talking in the white person's voice.
No, I haven't seen it.
I forgot what the name of it is, but he was like, that's what the whole like synopsis of the movie was, basically like how he got by in his job with his super
super white voice,
and that's the movie.
That's hilarious,
dude. He's pretty funny to me.
That's funny because people tell me that I sound white over the phone.
So that's basically this movie. So you probably should see it.
I should probably live my life like just over the phone. I meet no one in person. I'll just meet you over the phone. Hi, my name is Chris Chuck.
Wow.
I don't use my
customer service is going to be spot on, 100% satisfaction guarantee.
That's technically what I'm doing now.
That's good stuff.
Yeah, but it's, of course, they're not really customers. They're like fellow employees.
I like it.
Yeah, it's good stuff. I sit behind a desk. You know how weird that is for me?
Because you're not physically doing anything.
Yeah.
But isn't that nice?
Yeah.
I'd like to do that too.
You can.
I'm kind of stuck.
No, you're not. You're never stuck.
I feel stuck.
You're mentally stuck.
I am mentally stuck.
So, what are we doing?
I'm making my own schedules, man. It's kind of nice.
Oh, okay, that's great, but no. Like, fuck that shit. That's not how life works. You know how many people really get that position? Get the opportunity to be able to do that? Not very many. Do you want to do that for the rest of your life? I mean, you gotta sacrifice some things, dog.
True.
You can work things out sometimes, but you can't always get your way.
We'll see what life gives me.
I mean, dog, get you up over there, man. You just answer the phones and type on the computer. The training part's not the easiest because you have to learn a lot, but if you got some simple computer knowledge, like you're already there. You know how to work a forum, right? You know, like you've been on forums before, right?
Yeah.
You know how to use a search engine on a forum?
Yeah.
You'll do great at this job. It's really that simple. If you can use a search engine and be productive at it, there's no way that you cannot do this job. Okay, and maybe you got to type a little fast sometimes.
Sounds good.
And you can move up from there.
Nah. I'm like 15 years in, dude.
Is it that good?
I mean, they tell me I'm good, so that kind of feels good too.
I mean, but is it that good?
Could be better. Who knows?
I don't know, man. I think I feel like you should definitely buckle down and get this going, man. Get something going.
We'll see what happens.
Retail sucks, man.
No, retail for what you did sucks.
No, retail sucks. Retail sucks. That should
retail.
That should be for high school kids. Fuck being in that shit as an adult. It's too stressful. Dealing with fucking people and having to act like you give a fuck. I don't give a fuck about your whatever random problem. Oh, y'all are out of this. I have a problem with that. Well, I'm sorry, this hurricane just decided they wanted to show up, and all these people decided they want to show up and wreck the fucking store.
Every once in a while, though, you get some customers that are like thankful, like seriously thankful, call in compliments and stuff. You're like, oh man, really? You know, you get those gems that come in here, and you know, it kind of makes it worthwhile. And then they're usually older too, like because most people don't just like do surveys or call in. They don't waste their again. It's all about everyone else. You know, it's about themselves. They don't care about nobody else. But man, every once in a while you get some pretty alright people.
I just don't want to deal with people anymore.
You don't like? Yeah, I was gonna say you're done with people.
I was done with people a long time ago.
And you're talking about me calling people names in the streets.
I don't call people names in the streets, dog. I just say I'm done with people. And it's not like a certain group of people. It's not older people, younger people. It's just, honestly, fuck ass store managers and receivers. How you go? That's exactly who it was. There you go.
That's fair.
People think they know how to do your job and they don't. They don't work. You don't work for Pepsi. I do. I get told how to do my job. Don't tell me how you want me to do my job, because that's not how we do this. I do a certain thing. I'm given instruction on how to do it. Let me do it. Shut your fucking mouth. And if you have questions, ask them. Don't expect that I don't know how to do my job, because you're wrong already. Make sure you feel this. The fuck? Nigga, I got this. Slow your motherfucking roll. Like, shit, I can only do this one U-boat at a time. What you want me to do?
I never had a chance to do that to you, but I wish I did.
I'd probably kick you in the face.
Chris, why is this empty?
Especially when y'all running them fucking 5 for 10 fucking 12 packs and shit.
Buy 2, get 3s.
No. The 5 for 10s and 5 for 11s. That shit was stupid. That shit was real stupid. Some of them stores were getting fucking trailers. Actually, quite a few stores got trailers.
That's fair.
A whole trailer of Pepsi. That's like 20, 26, 28 pallets.
Sounds like commissaries.
They don't have a trailer anymore. They don't do as much business anymore.
That's weird.
It is fucking weird. You know why? They're getting beat out by places like fucking Walmart.
That's really weird.
It is real weird, because guess who's got the better prices? Commissary. It doesn't make any fucking sense. People are fucking retarded. You know, people go shop in Walmart without looking at prices? Most of them.
They just go in just to go in.
They just go in and they buy the same shit they always do. But they didn't see that its price has gone up 50 cents in the past 2 months. Because they do it slowly, so you don't really realize it.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things that you can get at Walmart, same price at Food Lion. Or, technically, cheaper at Food Lion, because Food Lion's packages is different, because it's a couple ounces more, whereas Walmart is such a bully, they have their own packages and shit. If you've never noticed that.
I never have.
True fact. They have their own shit. Why? Because, hey, we're going to sell this. We want this amount, and we want it a little bit cheaper, so just turn the quality down a little bit.
People still going to come in, though.
That's unfortunate. Suckers. Fucking suckers. Those are people those are the sheep. You in trouble? Who you texting?
I'm always in trouble.
Damn, dog. I ain't tell you to come over here and start trouble. I mean, you could have told her you were coming over.
She knew.
Michelle, why you tripping, dog? Oh, man. That's, see, this is 12 years to do to you.
Yeah. A little small, like, I call them debates.
Debates.
Little debates.
So you're having a debate right now?
Not really.
You're really into it.
Nope. No more debate.
I
may have won.
You may have won.
I may have won.
So it is September 9th. It is 10:03 p.m. Michelle, do you hear this? Just so you know, he says he won.
She'll respond with, "What are you talking about?"
I'm not asking for a response.
She's gonna be like, "We weren't even debating."
Okay.
If I text you later and tell you that I'm on the couch, you'll know why.
Because mad.
If I send you a picture of the dogs in my lap on the couch with blankets, you'll be like, "Yeah,
yeah." See, this nigga play too much. Think you know everything. Mm-hmm. Well, we're at like hour. We're almost at 2 hours. Like
which is crazy.
Oh, by the way, Steven Hendricks.
Yes.
Does he listen to this podcast?
I don't know if he does.
Because he definitely
he wants to be on it.
He definitely force fed his way in here. I'm like, God damn, like, are you aggressive as fuck?
He definitely wants to be on it.
I hear that, but like, I mean, but you gotta listen to it first, though, right? I think there's a prerequisite of that.
I think you do.
I think you should.
I think you have to have at least 3 or 4 people that you've listened to already.
I mean, like I said, and he's like, "Oh, we're gonna talk all this shit." I'm like, "Oh, nigga, you ain't gonna come over here and just what you gonna do? Just think you gonna just talk shit for no reason?"
He's gonna take over. It's gonna take over your podcast.
No, brother, no. I got this.
He said you're not gonna ask any questions. He'll ask and answer all questions.
I'm not that interesting of a person.
He's a funny character. I you know, there were some things that we didn't agree with. There's some.
That's not surprising.
I don't want to say etiquette. Etiquette sounds right, but but I think over time, like you're like, I was just being fucking stubborn for no reason. I mean, I've the last like couple of road races, like we've been at the same races, and I think he's moved closer back to the area.
Yeah.
And man, we had a post race burrito, and that dude's funny, and I didn't realize how funny.
Yeah.
But way more funnier than what I originally thought of, and that was a good post meal for sure. But yeah, I mean he'll be a good one for sure. I'm pretty confident you'll enjoy it. But I mean he's gonna try to take over. I'm just gonna let you know that right now.
It's not gonna happen. I'm not gonna allow that to happen.
It's not.
I have all the buttons right here in my face. I can turn down the volume there. I mean, bro, you ain't taking over my shit like that. I don't know what you think this is, but this ain't take over Chris podcast time. All right. So, well, yeah, he's gonna be a future guest. And I actually, so this whole storm is like actually kind of ruining my fucking plans.
Yeah.
I was gonna surprise somebody with a podcast that I didn't know they were gonna end up doing, but I can't do that if I'm not fucking there, and I can't fucking get there. There's a fucking storm this weekend. Fucking shit up.
How bad do you think it's gonna be?
How bad do I think it's gonna be?
Yeah.
Honestly, I haven't put much thought into it yet. I do plan on parking my car elsewhere.
Does it flood?
Yeah. I'm probably going to find a parking garage and park it there.
I think this might be a good opportunity for me to buy some, like, water boots.
I
don't own any.
I do want a pair of Doc Martens. I know they're not water boots, but I want a pair of Doc Martens.
I feel like
they're fucking expensive, though.
Do they make, like, the bright yellow boots, like kids?
No, but you can go get you some water waders at Walmart for like $20.
Yeah, I might do that.
You should do that.
What is the bear that has the little boots?
The bear?
Isn't there like a man, like Pooh, but not Pooh?
Yogi? He don't have no boots.
Nah, there's another. Is it Paddington?
Oh yeah. Paddington Bear.
Yeah, I think I might have to get me some Paddington boots.
Yeah, I think his were green.
I can't remember what color.
I think they're like money green.
All I know is
Cash Money Records.
All I
From
know is
99 to the 2000, Paddington Bear.
every time we get a storm, I get real mad because I don't have no damn rain boots.
Your yard's gonna flood too.
My yard doesn't flood.
Your yard. I didn't say your street. Your yard.
Yard doesn't flood.
Shit, as soft as that fucking soil is, I'm surprised it doesn't.
It just, yeah, I mean, it'll hold all the water, but it doesn't flood though.
You know what sucks for you? You got them goddamn trees around you.
That's a problem.
And it's already wet as shit.
That's a problem.
Everywhere.
For sure. The trees bother me the worst.
It's probably gonna be worse than Matthew was.
The trees do bother me the worst.
Yeah. So prepare for that.
I might not be at work on whatever day. It might be the worst.
I think they're talking like Thursday, Friday.
If we lose power, I definitely won't be because the dogs can't be home with nothing.
Them little niggas is 5? Fuck.
Come on, man. Those are my kids.
Yeah, they be alright. Leave them plenty of water.
Can't be at the household unattended with no power supply.
And don't forget, if you get a bidet, don't let them turn the nozzle on because it's gonna shoot across the bathroom.
I don't think I'm gonna buy the bit. I can't even say it now.
Well, how else would you experience? Do you want to use mine?
Not really.
Or is that weird to you?
That's a little weird.
How's it weird?
Don't think I want.
It just sprays fresh water up your ass.
Don't think I want to go to someone else's
House and use the bathroom.
use their bidet.
Use their bathroom,
It's not the same.
and you're not gonna buy one, so you'll never experience one.
Maybe I
so
will buy
basically,
one.
this conversation was almost pointless.
Maybe I will buy one. I don't know. I might fall into some extra coinage.
Michelle.
She's not gonna sign with you either. It's not gonna happen.
I need this to happen.
Somebody's gonna be like all about a bidet one day. Like you're gonna get someone in here and they're gonna be like, yes.
I had someone on Facebook the other day that I was basically giving the rundown to. Hopefully that's the closest. And they you don't know them. They live in Hawaii, and we were having a conversation back and forth about the whole bidet thing. And hopefully they execute, and I get some emails about it. That would be nice. I have an email address. You should email me sometime and tell me how much you hate my podcast. I love hate mail.
They're about to get hit too.
Who, Hawaii?
Again.
Oh, and there was a water spout today.
I saw that.
Yeah.
Close by.
Ocean View. Right there by the HRBT.
I've always wanted to see one in person.
Well, that was probably the closest you would have gotten.
No, the other one, we've had some in the James River behind our house.
Oh. Did you see it?
Nope. Just
Damn.
heard about it.
Damn it.
That's one of those things I'd leave work to go see for sure. It's close enough.
It's very short-lived, unfortunately.
That's the sad
Usually.
thing. That's why I'm always upset. I'm like, really?
See,
It's
if
like
you
5
had
minutes away.
If you had a normal job, you would
Still wouldn't have
wouldn't
seen
be
it.
at work.
You wouldn't have seen it.
Wouldn't have to work every
Unless you
weekend.
worked from home.
I can, kinda.
Yeah, but you don't.
Well, not right now. I'm still training,
All right, then.
so I can't work from home. But in the future, inclement weather, and you can work from home, you can. You have that option. It's nice. It's nice to actually have nice clothes to go to work in.
Options are nice.
Yeah. Actually, I like this nice clothes thing, man. More pastel colors that I'm wearing.
Pastel colors.
You see these shorts I'm wearing, right?
I did notice the shorts. I was very confused.
It's a Charleston thing.
I was like, is he wearing pastel shorts?
Yes, I am. I have more pastel shirts in the house. And I also bought a pair of pastel yellow shorts. Mm-hmm.
I do like it. It's a good look. I wasn't prepared.
Oh, okay. Boot shoes are next. They're a little still pricey. We're waiting for the price to go down a little bit.
Going for some Sperry's?
Yeah. I almost don't even want to go with anything else. I was looking at other ones today. I'm like, well, I mean, those are Kenneth Coles, but they're not Sperry's. And I want a couple pairs. I want a couple different pairs. I like the Sperry, like your traditional, like deck shoe. I wouldn't say
Yeah.
boat shoe. It's like more like a deck shoe. So it looks kind of like Vans or whatever, canvas top, whatever, but they're non-marking, even though they still mark up boats somehow.
They're comfy.
Yeah. And then I want some like nice leather boat shoes, the ones that, your captain of your 20-foot boat would wear. He's in his collared shirt, roll the sleeves up, and leather Sperry's. Good to go. We're good to go out for dinner. We're good to go on the boat. I don't own a boat, but yeah.
It's the one shoe fits all.
Yeah. And it has a good look to it, whether at work or whether at out driving for Uber. But that's just the thing I'm doing. And do you know what I'm having a hard time finding? Shorts that are 7-inch inseams, not 9. I found 0 today. None. I don't even, the ones I bought, I don't even know if they're 7-inch inseams. I think they're 9.
You looked online?
Yeah, but I wanted to find them here because I like to try shit on.
I don't think you're going to find them.
Yeah. You're not.
I think that's the problem. I think you're
Nothing here is pastel color, and it's kind of annoying. They're all dull ass fucking colors. Spice it up, Virginia.
Now you could go to like maybe the Vans outlet.
They're not gonna have what I'm looking for.
Just for the size, possibly.
What for? Talking about like pastel colored clothes?
Yeah,
clothing. So you do know that their clothes don't fit me, like. Excuse me. I'm looking for shorts. I'm not looking for pants yet. I can tell you for a fact, Vans pants don't fucking fit me at all.
Fair enough.
Legs too big.
I thought I had leg problems, but apparently
we both have leg problems. Athletic fit Levi's are only things that fit.
Stretchy.
Yep. Bought some khakis today. Stretch.
Stretch life is real.
Stretch life is real. They gotta be stretchy, or that shit's gonna be way too tight on your motherfucking dick. All up in your crotch, all up in your thighs. Are they rubbing together? Yeah, of course they are. Duh.
Yeah, stretch life is real for sure.
Boxers gotta be a certain length of the legs. If not, just not gonna work.
Skinny people have it all. They don't realize.
I'm not gonna say that.
Not all.
I would rather.
They have some nice privileges.
Privileges.
Privileges are real.
They are. Most people don't realize that they have them until they get fat.
Hashtag discussions people don't want to have.
Hashtag I can't convince you how easy your life is. Hashtag I gotta try it on. Hashtag let's put you in my shoes for a day.
Walk a mile in my shoes.
Niggas ain't got big feet though. I got wear size 12. I had to get special cycling shoes because I got wide feet. You know what I'm saying? They're not special. They're just meant for people with wide feet.
There's a lot of people out there with wide feet though.
Yeah, but apparently cyclists with big feet isn't much of a thing because no one has my fucking size ever.
Well, not in the stores locally.
Yeah, that's the problem. So if I can't try it on, I don't know if the thing's gonna fit. Oh, we can order it for you and send it back. I don't want to go through all that, man.
Well, you got to.
No, I didn't. I did my research.
Well, I'm just saying, like, if you do like want to go outside the box and look up a brand that you don't know about,
I'll wait for the research. Honestly, that's just how I feel about it. That's how I go about it. I don't want to get something and then now I have to waste more time sending it back and getting the right size or not getting it at all because the shoe's too fucking narrow and that's just the way they make it. So to eliminate that, I'll wait for somebody else to be the test dummy. If they say, hey, they even said about my shoes, they run big, so get a half size smaller. So I got a half size smaller. Fit perfect. And I was reading multiple posts from multiple websites, reading some of the reviews on the websites, even the place where I bought them from. So, did that, and I think I made a very good choice.
And it worked out then.
It did. Same thing I do for anything else, except for clothes. I try them on. unless it's stretchy.
Stretchy guaranteed fits.
And especially if it's athletic fit stretch, that shit definitely gonna fit. But are you thick-thighed motherfuckers? Women have it worse though because they don't really have that many choices.
Yeah, it sucks.
Yeah. Especially if you're a little thick in the waist and a little thick in the thighs, and you're short. What you got? Nothing.
I got these pants, but they don't fit like pants no more.
Too long to be capris, too short to be long. What?
No, too long to be pants, too short to be capris.
There you go. Yeah, they're in between.
No, maybe it's the opposite.
Something like that. We fucked it up.
Too long
Way
to be
to go,
capris,
man.
too short to be pants.
This is why we're not comedians.
Yep.
Because we're not quick enough.
We don't have that punchline delivery shit down.
I don't. But you know how to call somebody a bitch real quick though.
I mean,
on that note. So, Sam, you feel like you're successful, right?
Depends on how you gauge success.
I think it's a personal gauge.
Oh, personally? Oh yeah, I think I'm pretty successful.
I mean, I can't tell you that you're not successful, right?
Yeah, but
so if I can't tell you that you're not, then I can't say that you are. I feel as you are.
That's fair.
Just like I happened to pick up the owner of, he owns all the Doughboys in Virginia Beach.
Oh, okay.
Baller ass motherfucking house in the back. He's in the back of the neighborhood, but behind the last house. Nice ass house, and of course he has he has a brand new F-250. That's an $80,000 truck, by the way. And whatever else. And his friend that I picked up first was talking to him, and he was asking about the storm, and he was like, do you have a generator? Of course I have a generator. It cuts on automatically. Well, that's $10,000 you spent. Like, whatever.
Yeah.
Wish I had $10,000 to spend. But either way, what I'm getting at is, I can't tell that guy that he's successful. I think you might be successful, but in your mind, are you successful? No, my house isn't big enough. All right. Fair enough.
That's fair.
So, when I ask people that, it's your personal gauge of success. If you feel like you're doing well for yourself, great. I don't feel like I'm successful yet.
No, I think I could be doing a whole lot better, but I think sanity and living a pretty good and healthy life is pretty important.
Yeah, that's very important.
I think I've got those things.
So you successful at least in that aspect?
Yeah.
Good.
Absolutely.
So the last question, since you've heard the podcast before, is...
I don't know what the last question is. I don't think I've ever gotten that far.
Well, damn. All right. Well.
No, I've gotten to the end, but I didn't know there was another end to it.
Yeah, there's an end to it. There's a beginning and the end. The middle of it's just kind of like whatever for now.
I don't feel like they've all had the same exact beginnings.
Well, I started this a couple ones ago. Because I just felt like I need structure to it. I'm getting there. I'm learning things. I'm figuring things out.
You're adding things and then making us listen to the endings. What do you got for me? I'm curious.
So, Sam, when were you least likely to succeed, and what did you do to overcome it?
When was I least likely to succeed?
Yeah, I feel like everybody has a point in a low point in their life where they just feel like they're either not going to accomplish things, or maybe they're not accomplishing things. Maybe they're at a stalemate at some point and they're just kind of frustrated and they don't know exactly what's going on or what they're going to do. And maybe they just kind of just keep chugging forward and things work out in the end. But maybe it was high school. Maybe you were just a shitty student like I was. Tough one. Or it could be cycling too.
Yeah, the only thing I really got is probably for cycling. I don't really think of anything else like major in life. I don't know what year it was. Probably like 4 years ago. was a real bad year, like racing, and I thought I was good because the previous year was pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, when you're kind of like on the podium all the time, you're just like, I got this shit.
Yeah.
And then, you go up a category and you race with some faster cats, and you're just like, yo, why is everybody so fast right now? This shit got hard.
Yeah.
And I remember listening to people that just say, you just gotta train harder, you just gotta ride harder, you just gotta do more. But I didn't know what the hell I was doing.
Right.
Am I just riding more? Am I just riding fast all year round? Like, I didn't know what I was doing.
Yeah.
But the end result was the season was shit. Like, it was horrible.
Mm-hmm.
And decided to get a coach based off of watching them race in Delaware. My mom's in Delaware, so they've got one race a year. And I remember watching the team race, and it was like these dudes was just like gobbling up money like every other lap, but they weren't going to win the race. Like, I knew they weren't going to win the race, and they didn't. But fucking when you come out from a race and you're just like $500, $600, $700 extra dollars just for what, an hour and a half worth of time. I'm like, that's pretty all right. Like, I like that.
Like, they made money just being out there.
They first ones around, so they give out preems for whoever comes across the start finish line first, and like just sending members of the team just out to win the money. Just a different member would go out and win the money, and then another person would go. So that's what they were doing. Like, every time they'd ring a bell for $100, $50, like, they were just like cleaning up, and I was like, that's all right. Like, I enjoy that, like, more so than watching someone win the race.
Yeah.
So reached out to him and got coached for a year, and it was like the best season ever.
Yeah.
So that was probably my lowest point, was going from thinking you're on top of the world, kinda, and then going all the way back to the bottom.
Yeah.
And
it's
then,
like you started fresh, and it was like, I didn't want to, but I didn't want to.
I thought you were just about to say like the straight Drake right there, and I was like, please don't say it.
What?
I thought you were going to say
Starting from the bottom, now we're here.
Oh my god.
Oh no, he didn't. No, I wouldn't have said that shit. I didn't even think about that.
I was just about
I don't
to
think like that.
I was about to cut this off right here.
It's bad enough that I know the dance moves to that, the Kiki challenge. I'm sorry. I've heard this song too many times. Like, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, okay? No, but like, I mean, there's that's one of those probably very rare occasions to where you literally, like, it's almost like you get a promotion and you go to do your job and you're like, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing anymore.
I think it's a continuous cycle. You'll see, I mean, even with like a lot of the pros that we look up to, it's crazy to me to hear people be real excited about someone having an awesome year, like just outstanding, and then they go from that to having the worst year, and then everyone casts them out, like as if they weren't capable of doing what they just did months previous,
or just maybe they didn't train as hard as they did last year because they don't have time.
You just can't win everything. It's the way I look at it. Like, I enjoy the people that rarely win, but when they do win, it's more you feel like it's more satisfaction.
Yeah.
You feel like that person's probably been trying, week after week after week after week, and you never hear their name pop up, but they're putting in, if not the same amount of work, more than people that are always winning. Just not, a lot of it's luck, man. A lot of it's luck. I mean, don't get me wrong, people are putting in time, but I mean, sometimes the stars align and it's their day.
Yeah.
And I just don't think people realize, like, you're going to have those continuous cycles. Like, you're going to have ups and you're going to have downs. You're going to have ups.
Yeah. Sometimes I think people kind of dwell on the downs.
Yeah.
So it just seems like there's more downs than ups. And just like, but didn't you didn't you just win like 2 races and now you lost 3? Like, I mean, you won 2 races, motherfucker. Like, who else did?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it was only 3 of you in the fucking picture. There's only 3 of you that got recognized out of how many?
Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, it's something that because of course I know like I'm nowhere close to like my best.
Yeah.
Nowhere close to being as good as where I want to be, but I feel like I know a pretty good deal of how to get there.
Yeah.
And I think that's part of the fun.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of people say, oh, God, I hate these cliche things I hear all the time. But
it's the journey.
Yeah, it's not about the destination. It's about the journey.
I mean, honestly, it is.
But I think that's another reason why like I'm into it so much, because I think the journey is a lot of fun. And I've met a lot of people through it.
Yeah.
And it's changed my life. It's changed my perspective on how I go about living it. And it's for sure, it's changed like a lot of my close group of friends, for sure. Like I still have some people that, I hold close and dear. Then I have some people that just weren't, in my eyes, they just didn't cut it for me because they weren't there to support me in the end.
Yeah.
And
that's what being friends are.
Yeah.
You don't have to show up to someone's house it's mainly if you're a good friend of someone, like regardless of how often you talk to them, how often you see them, it's like when they need you, do you have support?
Yeah.
I'm not asking you for money. I'm not asking you for anything of value except for support. So if it's a phone call, a text message, hey man, just thinking about you, blah, 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 whatever. I know you're going through some shit right now. If you need anything, you know what I'm saying? Yo, like I'll be there for you at some point in time somehow.
Yeah, because if they're not there for you for at least for support, then at that juncture, I mean,
someone you know,
aren't they just an acquaintance at that?
It's just somebody you know. I don't even give you. I don't even give people the acquaintance thing anymore. It's just someone you know. Really, 'cause that's all it really is. There's nothing more cut and dry about it.
It's like, hey, do you know such and such? I know of them.
Yeah, don't put no don't church it up, Joe Dirt, by calling somebody acquaintance. Someone you know. I have coworkers. Guess what? I just know them. Know something about them. That's it.
True.
We ain't boys. We ain't friends. We cool. But I just know you. And I don't expect shit from you.
It's easier that way, too.
It is. It's just, don't church it up, man. Just keep shit simple. Americans like using these big ass motherfucking words for no goddamn reason.
You feel more important. A little fancier.
I don't give a fuck. Look, how about this? Next time y'all send me something from the courthouse or from the city and y'all want to use all these fancy fuck ass words, no. How about this? Yo dog, you good. Damn. Alright, that's all I needed to hear. That's all I need. Yo dog, you good. Amen. Hallelujah. That shit's done with and I ain't gotta worry about it no more. I don't need a fucking 2 paragraphs worth of shit.
To whom it may concern.
To whom it may concern, the addendum of the Constitution that arrived at blah 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 time. Like, no, nigga, like, give a fuck about no goddamn dates. Is this shit done and over with? Thank you. Fucking people in their fucking ass backwards ass ways. Americans. I will actually one of my last questions I was just thinking about asking you. It's this might be a tough question for some people, but do you feel like, especially considering like we're in a majority Caucasian sport, do you feel like you root for an African American before you root for a Caucasian person or a black person? I'll say an African American, that dumbass shit. Black people.
That is a kind of hard question. I'll say that most of the people that I look up to and ones that, some of the ones that actually have had some guidance and input on where I'm at today are definitely all white for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I think the changes that have been occurring, especially in the last couple of years, with more diversity into the sport,
Yeah.
I'll definitely root for anyone that's up and coming on being a good role model and having success with it. I'm definitely going to root for them for sure because, there's no one else making the attempt to get there.
Yeah.
I mean, for us, I'm going to have to say, if it wasn't for probably like Sean Bahati and then the Williams brothers, I think those are like the three biggest standouts right now. I mean, anyone doesn't know the Williams brothers, they are just absolutely unstoppable when it comes to racing their bikes, and they put up great YouTube videos on.
And they're African American as well.
Yeah, right? and they're actually in California of all places.
Ooh, it's lovely. It's just a lovely place to be.
But
don't go to Sacramento if you're black.
I think the cool thing about them is they've got a lot of things going against them.
Yeah,
they've got a lot of things going against them. There's been talk, at least some of my local little groups, that we always question why haven't they been signed to a major team of some sort. And it always comes down to, well, it definitely isn't the success aspect. It definitely isn't from them actually winning, because they're winning.
Yeah,
that's usually how it happens. When you're winning, you get on a team. Correct.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
how cycling works.
That's
at
normally
least.
how sports in general. I guess that's what happens.
Yeah, so even if you're a high school student, and the NFL is potentially looking at you, because if you keep this going, we want you.
So, just this year, I think a lot of the spotlight has been put on them for sure. So everyone's curious on what next year is going to hold.
Mm-hmm.
But hell yeah, man! Rooting for them all year, because every time I turn around, they were winning something.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn, again, how are they doing this? It's awesome, because before, you never had someone that looked like you doing it. So, I enjoy that. I mean, but at the same time, you can't just be like, I only like this person because they look like me. I don't. For some people, they're gonna say, well, color doesn't matter to me, and I feel like, as a black person, I feel like if you're black and you're successful, I should probably have just a little more, if you're a good person, even a potential role model, even if you're not. You're doing good things, you have a good mindset, I'm probably going to look at you more often than I look at the white person next to him, to be honest. See, I think, for me, it's, people are people when it comes to character.
Yeah.
I don't think that someone... Just because someone looks like me, and I'm not going to look at their character differently than someone else. If they've treated me well and have great guidance, and I'm not going to look at one person different from the other.
Yeah,
I think the thing with having more people, at least in this sport, because it's so one-sided, you just want them to succeed, because there's no one else getting to that point.
Yeah.
So you don't want to see them fail, because if they succeed, it opens the door for everybody.
Hopefully.
You would hope. I'm pretty sure there's a lot out there, but one stand-up actual pro that actually did the international circuit was Kevin Reza, who was French rider for, I think back in the day, was Europe Car. And now we've got all kinds of riders on Dimension Data, which is actually a South African team. But you know, he was the one person that always stuck in my mind, but he wouldn't win a lot of stuff. Yeah. He was good. I mean, in his own right. I mean, he made it to the top level, and he was doing it. But he wouldn't win a lot of stuff, but it didn't matter in my mind. Like, he was there. Yeah. Like, he was good enough to be there. That's a start. Yeah. So, you know, I treat it just like as if you were seeing the Serena Williams or anyone, like, in tennis. Like, there was no one else really. Well, I think you had, like, what Arthur Ashe was, but you didn't have.
That was the generation gap in between there, though.
Yeah, so, you know, just like the girl that just beat her,
the Japanese chick, I think.
Yeah, she looks like she's. I mean, I could be wrong.
I think she's
Japanese and black, maybe, or something.
Yeah, she's got a.
She looks like she's mixed or something.
She definitely has a. Not.
Let's just say she's mixed. She's mixed.
She's of other ethnicities.
She's mixed. What I'm saying is, like, the Williams could have opened up the doors for, because you didn't really see anyone else in tennis. So I don't look at it as in, you know, oh my God, these black dudes are killing it. I hope they beat everybody. This and that. No, because
no, I'm not saying like that. But just like you just kind of like I'm gonna have my eye on them just because like I feel some kind of way about
I want them to succeed for sure, but am I gonna be like, you know, I want them to succeed more than someone has actually had direct input into what I do just because there's their skin color? No. I mean, I know that's not what you're saying, but I mean, something like that. It's like, no, that's just ignorance right there. Yeah, like, you know, I would never do that. But
that's what I was saying. Like, you basically, it's just like, even if they're not successful, just, no, I'm just gonna keep an eye on you because I feel like you should succeed. Yeah, I'm not saying that you should be over this person who has dedicated years on end and their lives to this, and you're kind of not, but. No, I still want you to succeed. I want that person to do good as well, but maybe you might beat them. Maybe they might beat you. I don't know, you know?
Yeah, I mean, so
it's a competition, but
it's definitely
you know, given the lack of diversity. Oh, yeah, of course. Sometimes I want the black dude to win sometimes, you know what I'm
saying? the gap is definitely there. I mean, you can't help but notice it when you go to races and you're like, for me, like, cyclocross, for me right now, there's only, like, 3 of us that I know of. Yeah. Well, I mean, there's one dude's, like, of course, he's killing it. His name's Gentry. And he does pretty much anything on a bike. He's almost like the Adam Croft to me.
Is he young?
Yeah, I don't know how old he is, but I'd guess to say 17, 18.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So, pretty young then.
But really good head on his shoulders. Very bright kid. But, you know, I remember when he was younger and I'd watch him. You know, as an adult watching him, and you're like, he's inspiring to me. Yeah. Because he's like so good and talented at a young age. And he might not have even known like how much he may have possibly inspired someone else. Right. So when I see someone else younger than him trying things that we're doing, I'm like, it's probably because of him. Yeah. And that's in my mind. That's what I'm thinking. And I think that's the cool thing about it is based on seeing someone that possibly looks like you, that observation makes it possible for you to say, you know what, I could probably do this, like such and such does it. You don't even know that person, but you're just assuming because they look like you could do it.
That's exactly what got me into cycling.
I mean, originally. That's the cool thing about it.
I'm sure it was a Connie's ride, but shit, I was in elementary school. We were going down Military Highway when they used to have the service road, and all the cyclists were on the service road, like riding down Military Highway, and we were right there by Popular Hall. I remember I saw a black dude on the bike, and I was like, oh shit, black dude on the bike? Oh shit, like he hauling ass too? You know what I'm saying? Oh, whatever. Yeah. So, you know, we end up by the FBI building on Military Highway, and they caught up to us, and I was like, oh shit, they must be going ass. I mean, I don't know how fast they're going. You figure with stoplights and shit like that, like you could probably pace 18, 20 and keep up with most traffic. But it to me that was kind of like a, oh shit, there's people that do that like all the time. All right, well I guess I kind of want to try it.
I will say that the community is they're very tight knit. Like they look out for each other.
Yeah.
And I feel like maybe other groups do just as well. But I mean, man, when someone's down, like everyone knows about it. Like accident happens, like everyone knows about it. Like the chick
that fell on the Lesnar Bridge last week.
Yes, I mean everyone's like, you may not even know this person at all, but like you already know about it. Like there's always things in motion for you to help. Everyone. I think
actually, and she was being contacted by somebody who worked for the city. I guess who was like kind of in charge of the project to do the Lesnar Bridge. So
I mean that kind of stuff is really pretty cool to see, in my opinion, and I'm pretty happy to be a part of it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's fun for sure. I wouldn't change it. I still want to do it. I still want to continue doing it. I want to get better.
Yeah.
I've had some success. Want more. Just the biggest thing is just being able to do with regular reality stuff and being able to do what you need to do to train and get better.
Yeah, and deal with reality and get on your bike and forget about reality.
Yeah, I mean, because it's also a good escape too, for sure.
Yeah, definitely is. Definitely. And the camaraderie with going to a group ride.
Yeah, I mean, I would have never thought that I'd be doing it like I'm doing it now, but slowly but surely, like I do more and more stuff. Who knows? I might end up doing mountain biking after a while. That might happen. I don't know. Right now, I don't foresee it, but
yeah,
it's good to be wanted to be there.
Yeah,
it's good to want people wanting to see you succeed.
Yeah.
And
I think everybody kind of wants that, but no one really says it.
Yeah, but then randomly you get those PMs that someone that contacts you and says it.
Yeah.
I mean, little things like that, people don't realize that could be the difference between someone actually continuing on
mm-hmm.
and then stopping and never doing something ever again.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's a good group we got here for sure.
It is.
We got some rotten eggs, but for the most part, I mean, most part,
they're the ones. They're the ones we purposely drop.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jokes on you. Get dropped, be the last one back.
Yeah, man. I mean, no one likes egos, and there's plenty of egos.
And that's why I tell people, I'm like, yo, if you want to go out there and you want to get into a sport, you think, 2 years on the road that you're fast, and you let this dude twice your age mop you up.
Oh yeah.
I mean, there's nothing better. How can you not be humble doing some shit like that?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, there's 50-year-old guys playing tennis and shit, but bro, tennis will fuck you up. But get a 50-year-old on that bike. I mean, there's fucking 60-70-year-old dudes out there fucking riding 25 miles an hour and shit.
There's people that age doing cross,
that's fucking crazy.
That's
just because it's just that intense. That's why I say that's crazy. I'm not saying that they can't do it. I'm just saying, I think it's a little risky at that age.
Dude, and they be killing it.
Really?
Killing it.
Damn. Well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Get into cycling. Cyclecross seems pretty fun. Actually, we have a avid rider of doing trail rides, Aries. He's always doing some kind of gravel / asphalt riding.
Adventures.
He mixes it up.
We call them adventures.
Oh, okay, adventures.
He goes on adventures.
He fucking ride.
I'm not doing that.
Doesn't he do that as a job?
I'm not doing that.
Is that his job?
I don't know what he does.
Jesus Christ.
But he goes on adventures. I don't have.
He rides for. I've seen him do 8-hour rides. I think he did an 8-hour like gravel ride.
Yeah, that's not for me.
Yeah, no thanks. Aries, once I get if I get a bike capable, I might meet you out in the streets, man. Or off the streets. Whatever.
He'll do both.
Mainly off, though. Clearly, that's what he's into. But I don't know. It seems fun. Seems interesting.
Yeah, I'm not gonna knock it.
And for those who don't like riding on the road and dealing with the dangers of that, there you go.
Yeah.
Seems fun, but I think we're done here, man.
Cool.
It was a pleasure having you on to talk about cycling and your successes and
all of my failures.
Yeah, all your failures, including your failures of talking shit. But we're not gonna dwell on that. But yeah, man, it was a pleasure.
Cool. And, I appreciate it.
Hopefully, you guys will hear from me next week. All right, we're out.
Peace.
Thank you for listening to yet another episode of the podcast, Least Likely to Succeed. If you want to reach out to me via email, my email is leastlikelytossucceedpodcast@gmail.com. My Twitter handle is OneChrisChuck. Facebook is ChrisChuck. And my Instagram is BlackassChris. If you're using iTunes or Google Play, please subscribe and give me a review and a rating. I would greatly appreciate it. And hopefully you guys stay tuned to the next episode. And yet again, I thank you for listening.